We all have a story, we all have a tale. Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy.
Well, good evening, everybody. Hey, welcome to Sty Story Sunday. It's another one. Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to shout out all the folks that have been hanging out in the chat, waiting for the stream to start. And the first one in the house was Crazy Ann. Hey, Sty. Yep, Crazy Ann will be up on the panel with me here in a bit. And Kathy. Oh, it's good to see you, Kathy. Hi. And Rebecca, there's Rebecca. Just shared us out. Thank you. Thank you so much. And get her done, Granny. We've got her in the basement tonight with us. Awesome. And we got Harry, Metal Music Maniac. Hey, ladies, happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, he's yucking up to the ladies right away. And then we got Tim with Kirk Whipper Voyager Center. Good to see ya. And who else we got here? Oh, there's Eileen. Hi, Eileen. Great to see you. And don't want to miss too many here. I don't want to miss any, actually. Holy smokes. There we go. I'm back where I left off, I believe. Ramblin' Hick, great to see ya. Hey! And James, Chasing the Reaper. Good to see you, James. There's everything spicy. That's Phil. I'll be there in a minute, Sty. There. Yeah, we're watching for you, buddy. But now don't raise Cain down in the basement till I get you up here. And let's see, who else? I don't want to miss people. There's Eric. Good to see you, Eric Pollack. Yes, awesome. Freeman James. Good evening, James. Then we got JDS. First again. Okay, who else? Oh, there's Jadzia. Well, hi, Jadzia Dax. Great to see ya. And Saucy Shane right behind Jadzia. Awesome. Awesome. Such great people. And I love that people jump in that chat. They're yelling hi to everybody. Oh, there's Cindy, Mike, and Bean, Chili Bean. Hey, it's great to see you guys. Yeah. Now I got that durian fruit to look forward after watching you guys this afternoon. The let's see, where am I? There we go. Rattletrap fishing. Great to see you, Rattletrap. And we're all caught up. We're all caught up. I'm going to pull my friends up out of the basement right away here. Right away. And here's the craziness in the basement. Now I get this person out of the basement, Phil comes in, things will stay calm down there. Ooh. Hi, Ann.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, eh?
I made a heart there for you.
Oh, that's so nice. That's sweet of you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie.
Yeah, love you, girl.
Love you too.
And then we've got Get Her Done, Granny. Happy Valentine's, girl.
No, it's sugar and it's candy.
Yes, it's sugar and candy. Happy Valentine's Day, Sty.
Happy Valentine's Day.
man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, sugar. How you doing?
I got such a great panel up here. I don't know if I should bring this last person out of the basement or not. I don't know. He's giving me the finger. He's giving me the finger down there. He's like, yeah, you back there. There he is.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
Hey,
What's happening, folks? Hey, Granny. What the hell's on your cheek?
That's a heart for Sty. Yeah.
Oh.
She has a
Oh, he says, oh.
Hey, Sty, pull my finger. I'll show you what I got for you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you've got a heart, not.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you said the other word. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Oh gosh, boy, today's been an interesting day. I mean, watching Cindy over there and all them folks eating that durian fruit, freeze-dried durian fruit, and then Phil sitting there eating a whole bag of it like it's mild chips, you know.
Where was that at? I missed it.
Yeah, she went live this afternoon, and they ate that durian fruit, and Phil says, you know, should I eat mine? Should I eat mine? And he goes, I didn't want to do anything, you know, to take away from Cindy's, you know, them eating it. And they just kept telling him, no, you gotta do it. He opens it up and he eats the first piece and he grabs another, then he grabs another, and there's no reaction at all. He just eating them, and he ate the whole damn bag. Like, yeah, okay. And what did you say, Phil? It didn't taste good, but it wasn't nasty.
Balut was nasty.
Yeah, balut was. See, if you eat balut first and then you eat the durian, it makes a durian much more easy to tolerate. It just becomes another food.
Well, I've got my balut contact. Goes to the Asian markets in Troy, Michigan. Got our eyes out for a durian. So
awesome. There you go.
we'll see.
Hey, plain old Chuck. Good to see ya.
I got the candy finally.
You did get the candy.
Yeah, and the candy's nowhere near as bad as the dried stuff. So
You've already done that?
I had one piece of candy.
Okay.
Eileen.
Hey, Eileen, thank you.
Love you, Sty, she says. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that sweet? And I'll tell you what, you know, I got something special, you know, right. I wish you could all be right here in the Sty Shack. The ladies, that is the ladies that they get a little peek at what I've got for Valentine's for them if they were to be able to show up here at the Sty Shack.
Yeah. I want that to be my Valentine. Look at that.
Give me. I want some. Oh.
What the hell? Barbecue. Well, that looks really good.
Be my Valentine.
That's not for you, Phil.
Please.
That's for the ladies.
Yeah.
You're not a lady.
well, behave yourself, Phil.
Hmm?
That's almost as good as what Phil gives us.
That's yeah, a little close, you know.
Definitely.
I'd have a hard time. But I'm just going to take a try.
Yeah. One's eye candy, the other's tongue candy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Be ladies listening while she eats. Okay, let me know when you're done eating. I got to give a special shout out to Be Lady tonight. I'm going to give one out to Ann right now. I'm wearing this new shirt that Ann got me. I tell you what, this is day 2 wearing this. I didn't wear it long yesterday. No, I didn't wear it long yesterday.
Yeah, you wore it long enough.
No. This is so well vented, this shirt. This is one of those stink-free jobs, man. I love this thing. It's got vents that come all the way out to the shoulders, over the shoulders. I can't believe you'd sweat in this damn thing. I love this shirt. It's got so many different unique pockets in it and crap. And it shows up in the mail. And I opened it up and it's got no note in it or nothing. And I'm going, now wait a minute. The only person I could think of that said something about I'm sending you something was Ann. So I got a hold of her. I said, did you send me this awesome shirt? And she goes, yeah, that was me. So yeah, Ann, thank you. I love it. I love this shirt. The closest I have to this shirt is a long sleeve shirt designed like this. But that bugger I've been wearing and washing for 7 years, and the elbows are going out on it. It's coming apart. The shirt's finally coming apart. Now I've got one to replace it. At least this one's short sleeve.
I don't. A long time for getting a sleeveless.
Oh yeah, getting short sleeves is awesome.
With pockets like that.
Yep.
So I was 2 days watching.
Well, you done right. You done well, very well. Looking out there in the chat. It's a good time to share it out, guys. If you have it, it's a good time to share it out. Thank you, Be Lady. Be Lady shared it. The Sty Story won't start for another 15 minutes yet. Carmex. I wonder why you would need Carmex.
Yeah, I've got this one little spot on my bottom lip that's always dry and always gets a little bit of a. So I always mess with it. Well, I always mess with it because it's always there and it irritates me. I wonder if like LASIK surgery or something, get rid of something like that.
Or a wire. A wire cutter. Yeah. Come on over. I'll snip that off for you. Yeah.
I think it's just a habit you have.
You're going to need a bolt cutter, not a wire cutter.
Whoa. Yeah, you're awful lippy, aren't you? Try to help the guy out, and he gets lippy with me.
Oh.
Snip, 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 snip.
It's already snipped.
Bolt cutter.
What?
Dremel. There you go. Yeah,
Dremel will fix it.
Yeah.
Foot grinder. Yeah, you put it on the foot.
God, I used to hate that when I'd see the kids that they all ran around with them little containers of Carmex, and the girls, they were the worst. They take their little container out of their purse and they're putting Carmex on their lips, and they get another finger full and put some more on, and their friend, put some more on. Morons, their friends. Oh, here, let me. I want some. So they end up with 5 different fingers in that Carmex rubbing on their lips. And then a week later, you see those 5 girls together and they all got the same cold sores, Yeah.
They all got that herpes.
Yeah, they all got that herpes from one little container. Hey there, Lizzie Ann. Good to see you. Candy. Awesome.
I had some leftover cricket in my keyboard.
You had cricket in your keyboard.
Yeah.
How'd you find that out? Was it squeaking?
No, he was just it's leftover from yet last night, I guess.
Every time I type something in the chat, my keyboard's going like it's got a cricket in it.
Damn.
No,
Yeah.
just trying-
B-Lady's right. A dermatologist can take it off very simply. And the thing is, then you got to pay for it.
yeah.
Yeah. And hell, you can use my Dremel and it won't
Funny
I
part
won't
is
charge you.
I
I
take it
won't
out all the time myself, and it always grows back. That's all.
That's because you're not going deep enough.
It-
Well,
Phil can get it off all the time, but it always grows back. That's
Try a little Neosporin there, Phil.
oh god, yeah, okay. Mhm.
What's the matter, Phil?
I'm fine. What's up, Candy? Scrapping?
I'm fine.
Fine. I'm fine and dandy.
Fine and dandy. Oh,
Like
you
a hard candy Christmas.
You're so cute. McCoy.
Oh,
Hey, girl.
I
Which
guess it
one's
all
sweeter,
depends on
candy
what
or
the fuck
sugar?
they eat.
Yeah, hey Candy, they named themselves Candy and Sugar in the backstage while we were chatting. And I told them, fine. I'll be Spice, but I'm not guaranteeing nice. That's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, McCoy's Oak Hill Farm is in the house. Great to see you, girl. You notice, Phil? I said, girl. I didn't say, oh, well, that's a guy,
well, it's McCoy's.
like some guys do.
It's McCoy's.
It's Leanne.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not Lorna Jones.
It's not Lorna. Yeah. I would never call someone with the last name McCoy a guy,
Oh, so embarrassed.
but I'll call a Lorna a guy any day, you know.
Come on, I went over there to support her, and all I could see is some dude. All the videos of the same dude all over, thinking, "Man, I've been sending like huggies and all this stuff, in the
that was
chat
me.
and whatnot."
And when you were spilling your guts about how you figured that out, I'm sitting over here just, oh no, Jesus, I've been hugging and throwing kisses and shit.
Yeah,
Oh no, I just walked myself into a bad situation. And when she corrected you, I tell you what, I never felt such a weight. Other than my divorce, I've never felt such a weight lifted off my shoulders. I mean, I was born again. Once I found out. Oh, that knife don't scare me.
I'm not just
That ain't a fucking knife.
I know. I don't have. These are all I got. This is all I got.
This is a
little
fucking
ones. All I
knife.
got. I'm not.
It's
I'm not very dangerous.
I'm not very
I'm not a
dangerous.
swordsman.
I'm not very dangerous. I just knocked all my pain pills on the floor.
Oh,
That's not good.
Oh,
It's gonna be a pain to pick them all up. Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking down there saying, don't pick them up. You'll have to take them then. Yeah, I'll need them if I have to bend over to pick them suckers up tonight.
oh, bend over.
Bend over. I know that guy. He lives down the block. Bend over. Yeah.
Ben, over.
Bend over. Bend over.
Oh, I got. Did anybody get the Valentine's Day present? I got I got a Valentine's Day present today.
You did?
Of course, I got my wife. I was seeing one of those floral things, flowers all encased in solid glass. Thinking, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, $125 plus shipping. I'm thinking, it is just Valentine's Day. So what I found her was the one with from Beauty and the Beast, where it's got 3 roses and the little lights up inside. It's got a little. It was like $50. So I got her that for. And of course, she got it this morning. She takes it all apart, puts it all together, slaps the batteries in it. It don't light up.
Oh shit!
So I had to package it back up. I'll have to send it back and get a new one. So yeah, one up.
Here, I'm gonna enlarge him here. He's
Sweet
and hot.
That's what I like. And then of course,
oh yeah, the hearts.
Now these are the sweet tarts. So these aren't the ones that taste like chalk. These are ones actually made by the Sweet Tart Company.
Right.
Now the reason they're in a Ziploc bag is because she got a great big box and she got them for all of our kids that live in the house and our granddaughter.
Yeah.
And of course, my favorite chocolate, the white Reese peanut butter cup chocolates.
Oh yeah.
I got a bunch of those in here. So that was mine. My fat ass needed any more junk, but hey.
Those hearts are pretty cool. I read them and throw them in the trash. Read it, throw it in the trash.
The trigger, huh?
The trash. Yeah. Yeah.
Cindy's stomach is still kind of queasy. I'm having no ill effects from that there, Cindy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, being that you showed that stuff off and being that bee lady is busy chatting away out there, so she'll be paying attention. Now almost everybody knows she sent me a package with something that she thought I would really like, but she threw this guy in there with it.
Oh yeah.
Now he's a hamster, he's not a gerbil, but I still named him Ragged. This is Ragged. He's my best buddy. Armageddon. Shut up, Sty.
There you go.
This guy's funnier than hell, man. I sit here and I argue with him.
Broke right now, and the only thing it would say ever again was "Shut up, Sty." It'd be a perfect gift.
Oh, you can kiss my ass! Don't you ruin me showing off the stuff B lady sent me. It was that's all I would need. That's all I would need. But what was in that box that was really, and no pun intended, but it was really, really sweet, was a nice big jar of her honey.
Oh, nice.
Harvested from their hives. And I've been sitting here telling myself, you're not allowed to eat that, Sty, until camp, because I love my honey, especially when I'm out in camp. But I've been dipping in this thing. I bet you.
Honey with a little bit of butter and on a hot homemade biscuit.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh, I'd love to have me some fresh, hot buttermilk biscuits with some great old farm butter on it with some honey. Oh God. But
it's got to be real butter. You can't put that old margarine on your biscuit.
No, you got to have good old fashioned farm butter, And margarine? Oh no. But I've been dipping my finger in that for the last 2 days, just dipping my finger, and it was way up above the rim, and it's down there. It's getting down there a little now. I gotta hide it, so I got it for camp this spring. But it's got an awesome. I can tell those her bees. They're into some good. I don't know. Bee honey is it mostly clover they're feeding off of? Because that tastes like a pure clover. Clover and wildflower type mix to the taste, and it's got an awesome aftertaste that lasts. After you taste it, you get that rich honey flavor for quite a while after you tasted it. Oh yeah.
Put some pepper infused into that honey and put it on fresh, hot sopapilas, whatever they call them.
Sopapillas?
Yeah, that.
That's
what Cindy says in the chat.
I don't think I'd pepper infuse it. I don't want to take away that natural, rich flavor that it has.
Right.
Bee lady, I tell you what, that is. My doctor is a beekeeper, and I get a couple jars that size from her each year, and I tell her I could use about 4 or 6, and hers is a little mellower. I hate to use the word mellow because this isn't strong or anything like that, but hers is a lighter honey, and it's got a little lighter flavor to it. But yours is real pronounced. It's awesome. It's awesome. In fact, the flavor level of Bee Lady's honey is such that I won't have to use as much because the flavor is more pronounced. And which is good for me. I'm not supposed to be eating anything that's got any kind of carbs in it. So, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, that is a beautiful, wonderful gift. Thank you.
And I got another bag of these.
You got some more herbals.
Well, I've been out for like 2-3 weeks.
Forever. Ever since you ate that big, huge jar full of them. I couldn't believe that big jar you had and how fast you ate the dang things.
Oh, that was the jelly beans, jelly bellies, right? These are always in a bag. You talk about the jelly bellies?
Oh yeah,
that's been a while, but yeah, I went through those way too quick. Well, I did have a little help, but only a little.
A little help.
Yeah, not too many people.
Hey, Rain Dancer.
Not too many people will touch things down here in my basement. They don't know what I've done to it. Even if it's normal stuff, they don't know what I've done to it.
It's too iffy. Yeah.
Take a chance.
Yeah, hunt for heat. That's right. The thing is, always make sure you're getting 100% true honey from someone that's raising bees, because a lot of the crap you buy in the store has been diluted.
Yeah.
So it's not pure honey anymore.
Absolutely.
And even Sioux Honey Company will pasteurize some of their honeys. And you don't want pasteurized honey. You want pure natural. All you got to do is look at the label, read the label, and it'll say 100% natural honey. Boom, grab it. That's the real thing.
Is that the same as raw honey?
Raw honey, yeah. It's pure. That's pure natural honey. I used to buy the comb in the store. It would just come in a little wooden frame with a big block of comb in it, and we used to eat that when I was a kid. See, Bee Lady saying our honey is not heated, and that's what makes it the best. I mean, that's just like going up and sucking on the hive. Mm-hmm. I want to. There's a dare for Phil. Go suck some honey out of a hive. No smoke and no beekeepers equipment.
I'm not a big bee fan.
Not a bee fan?
Not a big bee fan.
Yep. Yeah, they're just extracting and bottling. Yeah.
Well, that's so good.
Oh, it
I
is.
usually get one bee sting on the bottom of my foot every summer, because our grass has got some clover and stuff in it, and I'll be outside walking around barefoot because that's just the way I prefer to go. And I look, and then one of the little buggers will be down in that clover underneath one of them little white flowers that come up in the clover, and bzzzt, yep.
Yeah.
And at first it's okay, like it hurts, and then a day or two goes by and like, oh, this one's not even going to itch, and then by like the second or third day, you want to dig the bottom of your foot off. It's so bad.
I'm always lucky. Bees, even the bee sting doesn't bother me. Hornets And wasps, whole different story.
Ugh.
But any bee, though their stings don't bother me so much. I get stung by a bee, and I check to see if the stinger's still in there. If the stinger's still in, pull the stinger out. And for me, usually within an hour, it's any irritation's gone. My granddad used to intentionally get stung by the bees. He was a beekeeper, and he would intentionally go out, and he's all geared up to handle the hives. And at least once a month, he'd go out there and he'd pull his gloves off and he'd pull his sleeves up to his elbows and stick his arms around the hive. And he'd knock on the hive to irritate them, and they'd start stinging them. And he'd come into the house and he'd sit there with the tweezers, pull their stingers out of his arms. And he said that bee venom, honeybee venom, is actually good for you, for your joints, for inflammation. You know, that old guy, he died, he was 78 years old. And I'll never forget him telling us, you know, I've never had a single day of stiff, sore joints, of arthritis or anything.
Really?
And he swore that it was all because of bee pollen, bee stings, and eating raw honey. Yep. He said it's one of the best things you can do for arthritis. Yeah, wasps, they have terrible stings, and so do yellow jackets. You betcha. Yeah, we had the big nasty mud wasps up at the camp, and those buggers, they'll chase your ass for half a mile. I mean, you piss them off, they're after you, and they don't give up. And you don't want them big mud wasps that are inch and a half long hammering you. And the thing with a wasp or a hornet, they're not like a bee. They can sting you as many times as they want because they don't lose their stinger. They hammer you. Yeah.
Yeah, we get those mud daubers make nests a few places out on our brick. It seems like the brick is what they like.
Yeah, it's easy to attach the mud to.
Yep. We get a few of them. We don't ever let it get very big, so that we haven't.
No, if you keep your eyes out for them, they're easy to get rid of.
It's just dang robin we get every year.
We had, after camp one season, I had hung all the sleeping bags in the Sty Shack, and that was before I moved into it. And when I went to move into it, it's when I found out. I went and pulled 10 sleeping bags off of cables I had run in the shack. First one I pulled off, threw it on the floor. I was gonna check them all out and roll them up, you know. Threw the first one on the floor, got the second one, pulled that one down, and all of a sudden, wham! I got hit in the back of the arm here. And I looked down, stinking mud wasp nailing me. And I thought, where in the heck did you come from? I didn't see any nests. That's when I realized, and I looked underneath all of those sleeping bags. They had built nests.
Oh, no.
Underneath the sleeping bags from the cable that the sleeping bags were hanging from. And we figured there had to have been over 50 nests in those 10 sleeping bags.
Wow.
And I was so peed off. I got all bundled up. I had mosquito mesh over my big broad-brimmed hat. I was all decked out in leather and big old welding gloves, and I went in there with a baseball bat and beat the hell out of them sleeping bags and every bee I could find. But oh yeah, that was nasty. Okay, it's time for the Sty Story, and let's put you guys on the side with me here. There we go. Get this Sty Story out of the way. Hey, tonight I can drive a tractor. Yeah, you betcha. And I don't mean as an adult that I learned how to drive a tractor. Things they teach kids out on the farm, they need to teach them also you keep it on the farm. Some of these things you just don't do in town, you know? Well, when I was 10 years old, the house we lived in, that I grew up in, right across the street from our house. Our town was really unusual the way the streets were laid out. They weren't laid out in city blocks. The streets were, a lot of them weren't even straight. They were weavy, and one section might be half a block. The next section might be 4 blocks between that and the next street. And it was just laid out weird. The street I lived on, that bugger was about 6 or 8 blocks long, that street. And it only had one spot where it was a city block. And there were only houses on one side of the road because the railroad tracks were on the other side. And where our house sat, right across from the railroad tracks, was what we called the county shops. And that's where our county kept all of their plows, their trucks, their equipment. And there was a big sand and gravel pit and this big brick building there. And they always, growing up there, they always put the equipment in that big building before the end of the day. They never let anything sit out, Well, they made a fatal error. They left this Ellis-Chalmers tractor that they used just around that big complex of theirs. They left that Ellis-Chalmers tractor sitting out in their parking lot over the weekend. Well, there was never anybody there from Friday afternoon until Monday morning. Well, one Saturday afternoon, I rounded up all the kids in the neighborhood. What can we get into today? Let's figure something out. We got to have fun. It's Saturday. And I looked down over them tracks and I seen that big orange tractor sitting there. And I go, hey, guys, they left a tractor sitting out down there. And half of the kids in the neighborhood are going, oh, we're not even supposed to go down there, let alone go near their equipment. I said, how could they tell you not to go near the equipment when the equipment's never put out anyway? They never told you can't go around the equipment because there's never any out there. You're full of shit. We're going to go down there and check that tractor out. Okay, so there's 6 of us, all neighborhood kids. We get down there and we're checking this tractor out. Well, out right away, I crawled up on that thing and I'm sitting on that old farmer seat, bouncing up and down in the steering wheel. I could barely reach it. I'm only 10. I could barely reach the steering wheel. Pedals are way up. I got to slide out of the seat to push the pedals down. Oh, yeah, this is cool. This is a fun tractor. This is neat. Okay, now I've got 3 kids of the 6 of us, and they're sitting like they're riding horses on the hood of this tractor, and me. That's 4 of us. The other 2 are standing beside me on either side on the back axle of this big tractor. It's got the big tires in the back and the smaller 2 tires in the front. And we're all on this tractor and we're pretending we're driving around, right, on the tractor. And my buddy Harold says, it's too bad this thing ain't running. We'll drive this thing around the parking lot. That'd be a blast. I said, I know how to drive a tractor. My grandpa taught me how to drive a tractor out on the farm. And they're all looking at me. They're all city kids. And they're all like, oh, yeah, right. You can drive a tractor. I said, yeah, I just got to figure out which one of these buttons turns it on, Well, there's switches and there's buttons. And I'm flicking switches and pushing buttons and nothing's doing nothing. And I didn't realize on that tractor, there's a switch for starting it. You flick it into the on position. And then there's a little button down in front of you on the floor you step on. And that'll turn it over, and it'll fire up. And when you want to shut it off, you just flick that switch to off, right? Well, flicking all those switches, I got the ignition switch in the on position. And then I'm pushing every button I can find. I see that one down on the floor of the tractor, and I stepped on it. And all of a sudden, boom, fires up. Only problem is that damn thing was in second gear. So when it's turning the motor over, the tractor is starting to roll. Everybody's starting to hang on tight. Oh, we're moving. And when it started, we're moving pretty good. And I knew what the throttle was. That's like on my grandpa's tractor. I throttled that bugger up. And, oh, here we are tooling around this big building in this big parking lot in the middle of town. Now, this place is surrounded on 3 sides by chain link fence so that it basically to keep people out of there. We drove around on that tractor for a good, I'd say 15, 20 minutes around that building. And them kids we were just having a hell of a good time. Now, can you imagine if a kid would have fallen off that thing, run them over with a big tractor tire? Oh my God, that would have been terrible. Also, we heard sirens. And I'm yelling at them other kids, something big's going down, man. Can you hear the sirens? There's sirens. Something big's happening. And then one of them yelled, oh my God, they're coming in here. There's a squad car at the gates trying to unlock the gate to get in there where we're driving around on the tractor. We got to take a quick break in the story. Look at that. Hi, sweetie. Oh, yeah. What a lucky grandpa. Yep. So here the cops are trying to get in the place. We got 6 kids on this tractor, and they're all screaming, we're going to jail. We're going to jail. And I'm like, oh, not if I can help it. We're going to escape. Come around the corner of this building. Well, they got this great big, huge sand pile. It's probably about, I'd say 35, 40 feet high, this big sand pile. And I couldn't figure out how to stop the tractor. I'm stepping on the pedals. It ain't doing no good. And I thought, I just wasn't strong enough to push the brake pedals enough to stall the motor on it. So I headed for that sand pile. I thought, we're going to drive up and over that sand pile, hide on the backside of it. Well, that tractor starts going up that sand pile, and then big tires just started spinning in that sand. And that's when I yelled at everybody, bail, get off, run like hell. Don't run to home. Run that way, away from home, and we'll come back around to home. But we don't want them to think we're from this neighborhood. You got to run that way. So I got all these kids bailing off this tractor, and I figure, well, if we didn't hurt it, we probably won't get much trouble. So I'm trying to still shut this thing down. And it's burying itself in this sand pile that it's about a quarter of the way up. Finally, here comes the squad car around the corner of the building, and he's flying. And he's got like 3, 4 other squads behind him. I thought, oh my God. I crawled over the steering wheel, ran down the hood of that tractor, jumped off onto that sand pile, got up over the sand pile, and cut for the woods, the nearest woods. Later that evening, the cops never showed up at our houses or nothing. And of course, the squad that came around the corner of the building was my dad. He was our chief of police. He let me slide like I knew nothing, didn't even know that this event happened, And right in the middle of dinner, I damn near choked on a bite of food when he goes, your grandfather should have never taught you to drive a tractor. And I go, why? I would never. And he goes, would never what? What do you know about the tractor that got driven over there at the county shops? I said, I was a poor liar. And he goes, you and I are going for a ride after dinner. Get in the squad. He goes around through town and back up to the county shop's gate, unlocks it, and we drive in there, and he pulls up and he goes, you see that? He says, tomorrow. He says, you're grounded for the whole day. You can't go anywhere. You're stuck here in the house. He says, and Monday morning, you're not going to school. And I go, why? And he goes, because you're working Monday. I said, what do you mean working? He says, look at that tractor. I already called and talked to the county supervisor. You're to come down here and you're going to help their maintenance guy shovel that tractor out of that sand hill. He says, they're not going to tow it out. you're going to shovel it out. That tractor sat there and kept spinning its tires, even though I bailed off it. It buried itself right into that sand hill to the point where it had more dirt behind it than it did in front of it. That Monday wasn't fun. That was a lot of sand to have to shovel. And that county maintenance guy, he enjoyed sitting there. He was taking coffee breaks about every 20 minutes, and he'd sit there, drink a whole cup of coffee while he watched me shovel and shovel and shovel. And it took almost the whole damn day to shovel that tractor out of that hillside. But you know, the benefit of it was, that guy says, if you ever see this tractor out here again, he said, if you get stupid enough to ever get on it again, I want to show you how you stop this tractor. So he taught me how to actually run that tractor in case I ever got stupid enough to ever get back on it. So if I hadn't learned the basics of driving a tractor out on the farm, I would have never done such a thing. So if you're going to have a kid out on the farm, be careful what you teach him, especially if that kid's from town, because he might go back to town and put it to practice where he shouldn't. So there you go. There's your Sty story today. Short and sweet. A little ride on the tractor.
Damn.
Dang rotten kid.
No, it's just
I know
life.
they could pick you out of a lineup. How many 10-year-olds you think got a 1 foot long gray beard?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I learned that many times growing up, is how many kids in town look like the chief of police's kid. You know, everybody remembers the face of the chief's kid, you know.
Right. That's probably the worst. He's probably the worst kid in the neighborhood, just like the
preacher's kid,
the preacher's daughter.
Yeah, you know, and that's it. That, you know, there's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that. I got into a lot of shenanigans because I just assumed, oh, my dad will never think I did that. You know,
you're the first one he thinks of, probably.
And I learned the hard way constantly that, yeah, he always assumed it was me. Hey, Joe, it's good to see you. Joe Weymouth is in the house. He did the Nemesis.
I missed that too. I watched it at work yesterday, though. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, I had to watch it after the fact too. But it was, wow.
And Katie and Hef were so close, man. So close.
Yeah. Oh, the Nemesis, you guys are nuts. So hey, Bradley, neighbor girl, hey. My mom would have murdered me. Oh, well, no, I did get an ass whooping. My dad disciplined me by making me shovel sand. My mom, when she came out with the fly swatter, I said, but Ma, it's early spring. There ain't no flies. Oh, okay.
Your fly is about to get swatted.
Yeah, undo your fly and drop your drawers.
Ouch.
And here comes
I was
the
never
fly
made to
swatter.
do that. I never took a whooping bare ass. That's good.
Oh, I've only had 4 when I was a kid. 3 of them were justified. 1 of them was not. Not. And my mother, I reminded her that, in fact, just a couple of weeks before she passed away, I said, you remember that whooping? And she goes, don't bring it up again. I told you I was sorry a dozen times over the years that you got an unwarranted whooping. She says, but I'm sure, like your grandfather always said, that one was for the stuff I didn't catch you doing. Yeah. My granddad would scare the hell out of us kids. because my dad told my granddad flat out, you can discipline the kids any which way, but you're not allowed to whoop them. You don't get to whoop them. You have Betty, my mother. You have her do the whooping. If you want them whooped, tell her. You don't whoop them. My granddad, though, would line us kids up. You kids line up. And we'd line up, and he'd go, you're getting a whooping. And he'd pull his belt off. Well, but what for, Grandpa? We didn't do nothing wrong. He says, yet. I'm just giving you the whooping beforehand. Yeah, he always figured you deserved one for the shit he didn't catch you doing,
Yeah, I never got an undeserved whooping.
Yeah, I only had the one. That's a Sty story, in fact. That'll be coming up down the road here.
I probably should have gotten more when I was a kid.
You know what made the whooping I didn't deserve worst was I was actually the hero in the story. I was doing a very good thing, and I got the whooping for doing a very bad thing. And so that one really, really stuck with me. It was like, man, you get whooped for doing what's right? Yeah, that ain't good. Yeah. At least my parents both were very understanding and forgiving when they finally had the actual truth of the story. So I had my ass beat by my mom, and my dad was the one that protected me. See, that was my dad. My dad, there was many a times he would intervene, get between my mom and I, and say, "No, Betty, I'll handle this one." But my dad, I never got struck once by my dad. Not once. My dad made it clear, as soon as you were old enough to understand, he made it clear, if the day ever comes that I put my hands on you, that's your last day. That's why your mother will always give you your whoopings, because I only give one whooping, and it's the last you'll ever get, because it's your last day. And there were a couple of times I saw that look in his eyes, and I run like hell. And, Ma, you need to whoop me, Ma. Ma, please whoop me. I got it coming. Really, I do. Dad wants to do it, but no, Ma, please. Whoop me, whoop me. Show me you love me. And that you want me to be here tomorrow. Yeah.
My mom had one of those little flimsy-ass pizza boards that she used to spank me with, and I used to act like it hurt and whatnot. But when Dad got a hold of me, I was never beaten. I was always spanked as a kid, so I never, I was only struck once anywhere other than the butt, and I had that coming. So at age 16, my dad has bought one of his cars he'd always wanted was a Buick Riviera. Ooh. We got a nice family car. Now, this was 1984. I think it was the last year the Buick Rivieras were big before they downsized them.
Right.
So, here I am. I got my driver's license, everything else. One night I decided to come home early. I might have been 17. In fact, I probably was. I decided to come home early on a Friday night. Made my mom very suspicious and went to bed. So about an hour later, once I don't hear anything going on anymore, I decided to creep out to the garage. And we got a power garage door opener, right? But you can release that little handle, and I opened the garage door.
By hand?
Yep. I put those keys in that Buick. I put it in neutral, and I let it roll out onto the street. Now, dumb me, I left that garage door open. Right? So I rolled it right out on the street, started it up, boom. So I went to my old work. I'm waiting for my buddies to get off of work. They're closing up the place. And one of the guys says, "Didn't you drive your dad's blue car up here?" I was like, "Yeah." This is, "What's your car doing out there?" I was like, "What?" I look out there, and there's my dad standing right outside the place. Oh, no, my heart just sunk. So I walked out. I opened the door. I walked out there. My dad looked right at me. He punched me square in the chest, right in the center of my chest bone. Boom. Get in the car. So I got in my car. He got in his car. We drove home. He didn't say another word to me, not for days. And,
that silence can be the
oh,
worst.
that was worse. He screamed and yelled at me. I think he felt bad for punching me in the chest, but I think the whole silence thing was probably one of the better things for me. So
Yeah, because it makes you have to think. I mean,
yeah.
it really makes you think when all of a sudden you get that silent treatment. It's like, is he contemplating killing me?
Yeah.
How bad was it? That he won't even talk to me.
Yeah. Well, the funny part of that story is my mom kind of woke up and she's like, "Wow, it sounds like the garage door's open," is what she was saying to my dad. So what was it? Was it him? He walked out to the garage to open the door to the garage, and he's like, "Someone's stolen a Buick." And my mom looked in the bed, or dad had looked in my bed and saw that I was still in bed. Well, I hadn't. I had put some dirty clothes up underneath the covers, so it looked like I was in bed. And my mom knew better. She went in there and says, "No, Jerry." She pulled back the covers, and sure enough, there's my dirty clothes. And they knew right where to find me too.
Yep, he is a dummy.
Right where to find me.
I'll never forget. We were on vacation one year, and the guy that owned the resort we stayed at, that when you got to that resort, you come up and there's this night. They got this big, beautiful house, and it's got a big wraparound porch, and it's got a parking lot that looks out over this big hill and through the woods down to the lake. And now, if you rent one of the cabins, before you got to their big house, that they had like a resort store underneath their house. You could buy all kinds of shit in there, but bait and snacks and stuff. But if you rented a cabin, just before you got to that big top of the hill parking lot, I say big, it wasn't that big. It held maybe 10 cars. But there's a little road you turn off on, and it takes you down the hill to where the cabins are, way down this long freaking hill. The way I recall it, and sometimes when you're a kid and later in life you think about it, it might be exaggerated, but I'd say that hill was a football half or 2 football fields long, 600 yards maybe, and that's being real conservative, because in my mind it's more like a quarter of a mile. It's the way I remember it as a kid, way up that damn hill. Well, they had this little girl, 4 years old. Oh. This guy, he's just freaking proud of himself. Now, this is like in 1964, 65. He's just proud of himself because he got himself a 65 Buick, I think it was a Buick Electra, had the big block V8 in it. I mean, that thing was sweet. That car was just beautiful, sweet. And he parked that devil on that parking lot that overlooks the woods and the lake. And my dad and I went up to the house because my dad needed something, and he told me, "Yeah, you can tag along." We're up at the house, and that little girl's running around on the porch, and we're talking to her dad, the resort owner, and he's so preoccupied talking to my dad, I noticed that little girl's running over to that big fancy new car. She got in that big Buick Electra, and I could see her in there. She's standing on the driver's seat. She's got the steering wheel. She's doing this number. "I'm driving the car. I'm driving the car." All of a sudden, I see that car start creeping forward. I thought it looked like she grabbed that shift lever and pulled it down. She pulled it out of park into neutral. And that car's starting to roll to the end of that parking lot. And I'm tugging on my dad. "Hey, Dad, hey, Dad." And he said, "What do you want, Dad? Don't interrupt when I'm..." I said, "Look at that little girl's driving the car."
Oh, God.
Her dad was this big, tall, slender fella. He had legs on him that looked like they were 4 feet long, man. I never seen anybody running so hard and so fast in my life. he just, and I don't know what he thought he was going to do. He just barely touched the rear bumper as that car was going off the parking lot with that little girl standing in it. And I'll never forget. She's in there laughing as loud as you can imagine. She's going through the woods with the big car. Well, she couldn't steer the damn thing. You know, it had power steering in it. She's just a little girl. And it ain't running, it's just rolling. So she couldn't steer it. She's just hanging on, laughing, screaming. And her dad's going, "Oh my God, she's gonna die." That car, all it hit were these little, like 2-inch round trees all the way through them woods. Never broadsided, never head on a single tree. And when it got down to the flat before the lake, there's a real soft kind of, you walk through it and it was, you know, water would come through the grass. It was that swampy wet. When that car hit that, it was so heavy, it just buried itself into that muck right there. And it was only about 5 feet from the water's edge where it finally came to a stop. His wife comes around. She saw it all from the kitchen window. She comes running out, and he's running down that hill. "I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her." And she's yelling, "Don't you touch that girl." And I'm thinking, I'm going to see the most epic butt whipping in the world today. But his wife, you could tell she was in charge. "Don't you touch that girl." His new car, he had just gotten a sucker, just like the day before. Yep. And his girl took it for a joyride through the woods. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a YouTube video out there where a guy gets a brand new, I want to say it was a Camaro or a Ford Mustang. And he's got it in his driveway, and he's got the window sticker. It's still on this thing. So I don't know, and I don't know what dealership delivers a car with a window sticker in it. Don't ask me. But window stickers on there. His boy gets in that seat, and his boy turns that ignition. Well, it's a stick shift.
Uh-oh.
He turns that ignition. That car jumps right into the garage, wrecks this car inside. It's a YouTube video. I watch it.
Oh,
yeah.
That is sad.
Yeah.
That's sad, man. Hey, JCT and Patreon Pirate, great to see you. So it was the old man's car.
Yep. And the kid got in there, and there were keys in it. And someone was videotaping the kid getting in there. But as soon as he turned that ignition, that car lunged and right into the wall in the garage. Yep.
Hey, Bradley. Bradley's talking about an incident there. That I had a situation where one of my children, I'm not going to disclose which one, called the cops on me. And they said, "Yeah, my dad beat me. My dad beat me." And so the cops showed up, you know, and they talked to the kid. Then they talked to me. When they asked me what happened, I said, "Well, that kid was here with a couple of their friends. And for some damn reason, they went into the wife and my master bedroom. And they were raising holy hell in there. And I told them, that is off limits. You get out of our bedroom." And I said, "You take your shenanigans down to your own room." And my kid said, "Make us." Oh, not a good thing for one of my kids to say. They all know better than to say that to me. So I did. I just walked in, picked the kid up over the shoulder and walked down to their room, opened their door, and their bedroom was downstairs. Opened the door, walk in, flopped them on their bed and said, "Guess where you get to stay for the next 24 hours? We'll bring you your food." And I walked out, closed the door. Well, they got on their phone and called the cops. my dad beat me. But after I took, it was easy to tell the cop what happened. I just told him, this is how it came down. So the cop went down to my kid's room, brought the kid up and said, had the kid standing there, I'm standing there. The cop looked at that kid and said, next time you call us, I'm calling your father first and telling him, make the crime, fit the supposed punishment. He says, I'd beat the hell out of that kid and then let him call us. And I'm like, would you say what? You're an old school cop, aren't you? And he looked at that kid and said, you were in my house, you would not have been carried to your room and flopped on your bed and told to stay there. You would have been crawling to your room, holding on to your whipped ass, and you'd never talk to me that way ever again. And I was like, there is a God. I mean, I've seen stories of guys going to jail for their kids calling the cops on them for normal discipline, where the guy just couldn't explain how they handled the situation or why they did. And yeah, I was so glad that I had an understanding cop. And when I talked to the cop later, I said, I'm amazed that that's the approach you took. And he says, I've got 3 teenagers. He said, I totally understood what had happened here. He said, you did the best thing you could without tearing into the kid.
I'll be right back.
Said, yep. And I told him, I said, all I wanted was calm and control in the house. I don't want to beat my kids for crying out loud, but I do want them to be respectful and behave. They can't talk to their parents that way.
Yeah, you can't discipline nowadays. If you do, you'll get in trouble.
Yeah. I do know a fellow where they came in and they took his kids because of his oldest daughter filing actually a false complaint against him.
Yep.
And it ended up being proven a false complaint. But he went to court and they told him, they said, because of what she claimed and because we believe her, your kids will remain in the state's custody.
Yeah.
And you'll have to prove to us it's safe for them to go home. And he told the judge, and the judge didn't stop him. He let him say his piece. He told the judge, mind you, you take my kids today, don't try to give them back to me tomorrow. You're taking them, you keep them, he said. He says, you try raising them little devils. And his youngest one was 12 at the time. They called an emergency session in the courtroom 3 days later. And that judge said, before you say a word, he said, I want you to hear us out. I've talked to child services in depth on this. You are taking custody of your children. You're going to retain custody. They're going back with you. When I hit this gavel on this bench, those kids are yours. You're taking them back. And my buddy said, I already told you, no, I don't want them. You got them. There, you took them, you keep them. And that judge says, this isn't a request. And he said, no. He said, they're not coming back into my house. And that judge said, they're going back into your house under your supervision, not the state, not the county, not that woman from Child Protective Services, because 3 days, 2 different foster families called the police to come help them control your children. He said, we can't control your children. And obviously we have nothing in the file prior to your one daughter's complaint. So obviously you can control them, but we can't. So you're taking them back. And he says, and I we'll never see you in this courtroom as long as I'm the judge in this county. You will not come back here. He said, because any complaint comes in front of my desk, he says, that's why the kids aren't in the room. We don't want them to hear this. But any complaints come to this desk, we give it what we call a mild investigation, and then that's the end of it. He says, unless you do something very severely injuring to those children, we'll never see you again. We don't want to interfere in your upbringing of those kids. And he told them, he says, and I wish you all the luck in the world of producing. He had 4 kids at the time. He says, I hope that you produce 4 kids that will fit into society. He says, if I have my way, they will. And actually, all of his kids did turn out just fine, just okay. They all turned out great. They all got good jobs and families. But the court was getting in the middle of it. And yeah, they don't live in the household, these people. They, you know, if they, I like the idea. Oh, you don't like the way I raise my kids? Good luck. Good luck. Because I had a couple of them that I would have gladly let the state, you try to raise those devils. They're little monsters. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good.
Kids ain't always as innocent as people act like they are.
Yeah.
Well, they're not innocent at all in most cases. It's like I said, when you get caught doing something, you've probably done something 10 times that you didn't get caught doing.
Not do it. It's just like when you get pulled over for speeding.
Yeah,
you go.
That's not the first time you sped.
Because I had that happen. Rolling stop is what I got stopped for. Rolling stop at a stop sign. And you look at the video and it was obvious. Look at the spokes on. I got spoke rims on my vehicle. They stopped. And the officer says, well, that's what you say. That's not what I saw. And I said, but you were looking at the same video. He goes, it's not what I'm seeing. No, that's a rolling stop. I said, well, no, that's $210. I said, I don't know. I don't want to pay that. And he goes, you're gonna. And I said, I'm gonna fight this one. He goes, yeah, and I know the judge. You know which county you're in and what district you're in. He says, and I think you probably know who that judge is. And I did. Actually, I knew him too well. And he goes, I know exactly. I've heard him say it before. I know exactly what he'll say is just pay the ticket. I'm going to rule in the favor of the cop. You just pay the ticket and just consider it all the times you haven't been caught rolling through a stop sign or speeding or doing something reckless behind the wheel. Oh, okay. True. That's like when I get a seatbelt ticket, all I say is, oh, shit, that's $15 I didn't plan on spending today. I just have to pay that right away. And I never, thank you, officer. Yeah, you have a nice day. I'm nice as can be when it's a seatbelt ticket because thank God he didn't catch me the 500 times before this. Not wearing a damn thing, you know. I have a bad habit of that. I'll jump in the truck and take off. If I'm out in the woods, I don't wear a seatbelt driving around them old back roads. But then I get out on the blacktop and forget I'm not out in those woods anymore.
Sugar.
Yeah, it's $75 here. You get caught without a seatbelt.
75. Well, if you get caught driving here and you've got a minor, a kid under the age of 16 in your vehicle that's not in an appropriate car seat or in the seatbelt, if they're large enough for a seatbelt, for each incident. So if you got 3 kids that aren't belted up properly, the fine is for each kid. It's $150 per kid.
Oh, hell, around here they call CPS.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
CPS?
Child Protective
Services.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Well, here, I mean, I think in Michigan you only have to be belted in the front seats. I don't think in the back seats you have to be buckled in. We require that our children be buckled in, but I think for some reason in the back seats you don't have to be. Maybe I'm mistaken.
I thought it was federal.
That's
it could be.
I thought it was a federal.
We all do anyways, but
I pull up.
But that's what I don't understand though, is if you're in an RV, only the driver and the passenger in the front are required to be belted in. Everybody else can walk all over the place, do whatever they want, and drink. They can drink back there while you're driving.
Yep.
The driver, you just cannot have alcohol beyond the back of the front seat.
Yeah.
Forward. I hated that, man. My buddy bought this big 40-foot frickin' RV, had me driving them all over the place, and him and his old lady and their friends are drinking up a storm. And I can't have a single beer.
Right.
But they can get as drunk as skunks back there. And I did warn him one time, though, because we did get pulled over because one of the brake lights went out on that RV, and we got pulled over. And I told the officer, I said, hey, I wasn't driving, he was. Because by the time the cop got up there, we were out the side door already, And so I wasn't sure if that cop actually saw the driver or not. I said, hey, I wasn't driving, he was. And here he is standing with a beer, The look on that cop's face like, oh, shit. And I go, no, shit, I was driving. I said, I just want to get even with them. And that cop started laughing. Then he goes, oh, yeah, they're all partying back there, and you're just the driver. I said, uh-huh. Now I know how the chauffeur for Willie Nelson feels.
Right? Oh, he's high. If Willie's smoking, he's high. You may not.
Yeah, I bet you he don't have the driver's window down. And he's got the fan up front running backwards. Suck that stuff up here. Yeah. I always wondered about that with them big old, the big old buses. They're partying to beat hell in them buses. Driver, it's the only one that isn't allowed.
Right.
Only one that has to wear a seatbelt. I tell you what, you got a big RV full of drunks. I'd go around corners and I'd look at that fucking rear view mirror, big ass rear view mirror in that thing. Look back there and I'd see drunks falling all over the place. They can barely stand up if the ground isn't moving, and you're driving down the highway changing lanes and shit. And the drunks falling all the time.
It's like when we used to go to a Red Wings game. You go out there, you get all drunk. People get all drunk. They get back on the shuttle bus that takes them back to the bar that they left their vehicle at. Guys be standing there. Yeah, you got a whole bunch of drunk people in a vehicle. That's no good.
Yeah. And I feel sorry for the driver if he ever has to hit the brakes. All them drunks are going to end up in his lap. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Take the corners faster. Look at all the drunks plastered against that side. Yeah. You got to keep life fun,
That'll do it.
Yeah. Hey, I got to do this, guys. I cannot miss a stream without shouting out my members. And while this is playing, it gives me a chance to fill my coffee cup here. I keep a thermos by me now when I'm doing streams. This is just the latest list. There's a little bit of adjustments that need to be done to it, but these are all great members. Yeah, Anne's over there jamming to her own shit, you know.
That was not yodel, that was Thunderbolt. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do was yodel for us. It just ain't the same with you doing it, Bill.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something missing, isn't there, Granny? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there. Yeah, it's lacking something. I don't know what it is.
I like Let's Cry, Phil. The music, maybe you can. Hey,
I haven't heard it in a long time, and I think I still got the gist of things. So,
hey, Guani.
Hey, Guani.
Hey, Guani.
Hello. You start to yodel, had a lady, a lady, oh the lady, a lady, oh the lady, had a lady, a lady, oh the lady, your lady. The bee scream, hey, that's not nice.
Oh,
she's one of four. She's not shy. You put her by herself, and she gets all
that's
shy.
it. I mean,
there's NBA. Hey, Roland.
Hey, Roland. Awesome. It's great to see you, Roland.
I hope you didn't listen to that, Roland.
Yeah, over here where the cool kids are. Hey,
where?
Hey, buddy. Unless I was totally blind and deaf today, you didn't do an SSA today. You know.
You did. I was singing the song "Country Road, Take Me Home."
Was that his?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in trouble, Anne. You are in trouble. I was busy fixing my coffee for this stream, and I hear her singing "Country Roads" over here, and I could hear a man's voice in the background, but not well. And I get over here just as it ends, and I go, "Oh yeah, you can entertain yourself while I'm gone." She never said, "Oh, I'm over listening to Roland." No, piss me off. Because
you fucking jerk.
You fucking jerk. Because that's my typical Sunday is Roland will usually go live around 5:30 my time, right around there. And I can watch him and listen to his music right up until I'm ready to go live. About 6:30, I send out invites for people to come up in the basement. But I'm listening to Roland. And I didn't see a notification tonight. And that pisses me right off.
I was singing and listening to him. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me that's who you were listening to.
What should I tell that?
Oh,
I was too when I come up. I didn't know you didn't know. I told you.
Hello,
hi, sweetie.
I
Oh yeah, hey Roland, you can count on it. Anytime you're doing a Sunday and you're singing, man, I don't care how much juice is used before you start strumming, man. Actually, the more shine, the more sing. Yeah. I love it when he starts ad-libbing, man. That's when he's kind of getting toward the tail end of the show, and he's having a little better than usual night, and he goes, "Oh, what a bunch of shikaka." I don't remember the lyrics, and then he starts making up his own shit. I just love it. The ad-libbing is to die for.
On TikTok. You have to see him on TikTok. He got TikTok. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a hell of a time with TikTok.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, did you hear me yodeling, Sam? I was yodeling. Yeah. So Sty put me on big.
No, I just got here. There are freaking tons of kids I had to watch, so they just left. So yeah.
Oh, they just left. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told Ann when she came back into the scene and behind scenes. She goes, "Where's Samantha?" I said, "Oh, you missed it." I said,
She had a
"She's
stampede come through her house.
yeah, yeah." I said they all came through and they went through, and it was quiet for about a minute and a half, and then they all came back, and then it was like,
Yeah.
"Wow,
Yeah, I was
instant
thinking of-
daycare."
I took
Yeah.
a pee pee and suddenly Samantha was gone. And I was like, was I in there so long? I had my phone with me, so I wasn't.
Oh yeah, Roland, you're right. You're right. Some good shine gives you 4-wheel drive. That's right. Yeah. Damn, Roland, we had when I had my family out in Montana, our last year there, we lived in a little trailer house that was in this tiny little trailer park that was actually in the backyard of a bar called the Halfway House. And they had an annual rendezvous. Well, the bar owner, he was a guitar player. His one daughter sang. But what he'd do is he'd invite all of the country, basically country performers from our region, our area, to the Halfway House. And it was 7 days long, the rendezvous. Well, his father lived in the trailer house right next to us, and he had my oldest son tagging along with him the year we lived up there constantly. We thought they were just out driving around out in the woods because this guy is an avid hunter. Here I come to find out after about 6 months, no, he's taken that kid of mine up to his shine shack out in the backcountry, and they're making shine all summer. And for rendezvous, he'd show up with his Ford Bronco with about 50 gallons, individual gallons of shine in the back, it packed in that thing tight. Him and my kid coming down out of the mountains with all that shine to the rendezvous. And he never sold it to nobody. He just, if he liked you, he handed you a jug, you know. And we always ended up with a couple of jugs for our household. And I don't know why, because I was the only one that drank it. But that was 7 days of pure shine hell. I mean, but it was amazing. It was amazing that I never thought you could be so freaking drunk and not hungover the next day. I never got hungover from the shine, but boy, I drink myself to blackouts almost, you know. And I never got hangovers from good shine. But yeah, it puts you in 4-wheel drive, that's for sure. That damn bands, they played 24 hours a day for 7 days. 5 o'clock in the morning. You can go out there and do the jig, man. There's somebody up on stage playing 24 hours a day. It was awesome. It was an awesome event. And I would have loved to have seen you there. Yeah. Roland would have been right at home with that bunch. Yep. They would have loved him out there. I don't even know that they still do the annual rendezvous. The bar owner. Yeah, I agree with you, Roland. That's it. No yeast. That yeast messes you up, man.
Is there yeast in bourbon? Because
I don't really know. I don't
either. There must be. Based on that statement, there must be.
I don't know. Well, the yeast is almost a guarantee to a head pounder the next day, you know. Now I've drank different hard liquors, you know, distilled liquors that they give me a hangover, but pure shine never seemed to.
Wow.
My doctor, in fact, you know, because she knew I liked shine. I drank shine up until about 5 years ago, six years ago. And if I had a little shine, I'd have a little bit once in a while. You got to have a shot once in a while, sipping whiskey. But But my doctor, she came right out and said, I know you like your shine. And I said, yeah, I do. She says, you got to quit drinking that sugar. You're diabetic. I said, oh, shut up. She says, you know how much sugar it goes into making shine? I go, yeah, but this is just alcohol. She goes, how do you think they make fake sugar, alcohol sugar, like Splenda? It's made out of pure alcohol. It's distilled down until they got nothing but the sugars left out of it. And that's why it's so potent is because it's alcohol sugar. I don't know. I don't. Do you see me going around saying I'm Sty, the scientist? I don't know that shit. Hell no. I just know the shine tastes good. Yep. There is yeast in bourbon. The fermentation process is slow without yeast. Yeah, that would be true. Yes. Yep. The you are such a, you make the nicest comments, Samantha. Hey JCT, hope your day has been lovely. Yeah, look at Phil. Some more of that
I'm
chick.
always nice to people in the
Some
chat.
more of that chick shit. That's that chick shit again. Yeah.
Why don't you two get a room?
You're a punk.
Hey, Bradley, how can you remove a sty in your eye? Get the fuck off my channel and don't look. Did that answer your question, pal? No, I'm sorry for being Anish at you.
I got that stupid thing again right before your stream. I was like, what in the hell?
Bradley's a goofball.
Yeah, I'm glad I got Premiere. I don't have to watch that shit. I always get pissed off when I'm on the computer at work and something will pop up and I'll click on a popular video or something and you gotta watch, 10 seconds of some kind of video. It's like, all right. So I understand why we don't get too much monetization money. Not too many people want to sit through that shit.
Well, the skip button is there, Yep. That's crap starts, man. I hit that skip button. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. Thank God for all my members.
You don't hit the skip button?
They donate enough that I've got YouTube Prime Premiere, so I don't have to see the ads anymore.
Yeah, but they still get credit for it, and that's cool.
And they still get paid for them.
Right.
Yep. And I noticed my YouTube Premium ad revenue has gone up quite a bit, so there's a lot more people that are getting it because all of a sudden my premium ad revenue has grown over the last 6 months. It's like, a few more people have gotten it. Thank you for watching my channel because it's an automatic kickback from YouTube, and you don't even have to watch the Sty in the Eye ad. Yeah.
Never seen it.
Hey, Paul.
Neither.
What's that?
Cancel my premium so I could see it.
Yeah. No, you don't want to see it. You can see it enough over at Phil's when he introduces me.
That's not the same. That's not the same thing, though.
Part of it is.
Part of it is, really?
That doctor guy that's saying that?
Yeah.
That's in the full ad.
Is it? I've never seen it.
The full ad is quite long, actually. What is it? It's a minute and a half or something like that.
Oh, really?
2 minutes. Yeah. It's got that guy and it's got a gal in it. They're talking away about styes in your fucking eyes.
Again, I did edit that down.
Yeah.
I had to add all your kaplunks and catastrophes.
And then you had to throw me in there lip syncing part of it. Thank you.
It almost looks like you're saying that at the end.
Yeah.
Almost.
Why do you think I'm always grinning to beat hell at the end? It's just like, As if I would. as if I would take a slot in my own degrading ad, you know. I'll never forget the first time I saw that, watching one of my own videos, and I'm going, you have got to be kidding. And I watched the whole damn ad, and I'm going, they put that in front of my channel name? Yeah, we'll show you how to permanently get rid of styes. Here's how to remove a sty. Wait a minute. They're here to watch sty, and you're telling them we'll show you how to get rid of them. And I sent all kinds of complaints to YouTube on it. They didn't fix that shit. You know, they could care less. Yeah, Rain Dancer, that's me too. I don't see any of the ads anymore. Yeah, Leanne just laughed to beat the Dickens on that one. That's, yeah. You weren't the only one. There was quite a few people that, oh, love your ad, Sty. What ad? Oh, the Sty
You had
in the
about
eye
your
ad.
Sty in your eye. You do such a great job in that, Sty.
Yeah,
Piss
wonderful.
me off. Yeah.
Fucking jerk.
Piss me off, you fucking jerk.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
No.
ladies. Yeah, ladies. I'm gonna pass this around to the ladies again. There.
Oh,
Oh,
gimme,
that-
gimme, 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 gimme. I
I
want
saw
to.
that
I
on
want.
Facebook. Yum.
Oh,
So good.
Oh.
Help yourselves, ladies. Phil, get your hands out of there. Phil, stop it. You're drooling. Oh.
There, smack him with one of the thing.
The
You
meat
know,
on the right side looks
Now,
so good.
now look, guys, over here on the left side, those 3 big sausages there.
Yeah, I know. but,
I'm not going to say who, but those were put there by special request.
They were one-biters.
That's that they were, yeah. The special request kept saying, no, longer, bigger, longer, bigger. And I finally told Ann, I told the requester that I'll do what I can to get it right.
I don't think.
You want something bigger and
I don't
longer, I'm going to
need-
import it.
I don't need longer. I don't need longer. I'm not so.
But I
fucking
said bigger. I said longer, bigger. Longer,
Thicker?
bigger.
thicker.
Yeah, if it's going to be long, it should be bigger. Yeah.
Oh, Sty, you're bad.
You need to calm your ass down, cat.
Oh, that's good.
Granny, would you leave your pussy alone?
If she'd leave me alone. Shut
Huh?
up. Keeps aggravating.
Oh,
Sugar.
Bradley. Yeah.
It's sugar. It's sugar, Phil.
What's
Sugar.
up, Tuna?
Sugar. Hey, Tuna.
Hey, Tuna.
Hey,
I thought I
Tuna.
smelled some shit coming in.
Hey, Nicholas.
Pepper.
Hey,
Nick.
Nicholas. How the hell did you beat me to Bradley when Nicholas was saying hi?
Longer and bigger will be a tube steak. Those
What?
sausages may need
Need to see a
doctor.
doctor.
Well,
So they're all curved.
Sounds like
Yeah.
something Nicholas knows a lot about.
Not all sausages is straight. You know, they have a little bit curve. Normally they
Most
go.
sausages aren't straight. Most sausages do have a.
Yeah, they have a little curve on it. Yeah.
You know, a little bit of bend in the middle don't hurt, but holy God, a 90-degreer, that's a problem.
Yeah, they will. No, stop it.
Yeah. You don't
No,
want it to
stop
be a fucking coat hook, for God's sakes. Oh, here,
Samantha sits there trying to be nice.
can I hang my coat on that? You know, the first time I walked into it's called the Pub and Grub up here on the Valhalla Trail. It's a ATV snowmobile trail, and there's a club that sits right along that trail. They got a big dining room and bar there. It's an awesome place. First time I walked in there, I looked around and I go, whoa. It was off season. There wasn't a lot of ATVs out or snowmobiles. And I'm looking, and my ex-wife, she goes, what are those? All the way around this damn building, everything, all the public space, all a little below waist height is a board on the wall. And about every foot, there's a big old 1-inch wooden dowel sticking out of it at an angle like this. And that dowel's about 8 or 10 inches long. There's hundreds of them all the way around the room. And then I saw these 2 ATVers come in, and they take their helmets off and they hang them on. And I'm going, now I know what those are for. Well, we had this couple from Minneapolis, St. Paul come up to visit. And I said, hey, I'm going to take you guys out. We're going to go for dinner up at Pub and Grub. It's prime rib night. I'll take you up there. So we went to the Pub and Grub, and we're at the bar waiting for a table in the restaurant. And they saw all those spikes on the wall all the way around, just below waist level, all the way around. And my buddy's wife says to me, she goes, Sty, I got a question. I said, what's that? And she goes, what are all those all the way around the room? I said, that's overflow seating for the gays. What's the matter, Phil? Well, I figured they're right out of Minneapolis. They should get the idea,
Mm-hmm.
My buddy called me up about 2 weeks later, and he goes, you asshole. He says, did you tell Wendy that was overflow seating for the gays? I go, yeah. He goes, you dumbass. And I said, why? And he says, she works for a big bank. And they were having a big meeting. And she told them, you won't believe this, but I went into a bar restaurant in northern Wisconsin, and they've got overflow seating for gays. I go, you got to be kidding. She didn't believe that shit, did she? And he goes, it's Wendy. Of course she believed it. Okay. Your problem. You're married to her, not me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I wondered why the bartender kept asking every time you were standing at the bar, would you like me to push up your stool for you? No, I just want you to make a drink. That's all. Yeah. That'll be fine. What's the matter, Phil?
He's getting hot and horny down there.
He wants to know where the hell the public.
Well, when you go to one of those bars and got the bar stool sitting there, you got seating for one. If you flip that thing over in a gay bar, you got seating for 4.
Yep.
Have you been there?
Nope.
Yep. That's why a lot of them have a small. That's why a lot of them have a small wooden disc at the bottom of the stool, so that the 4 of them, all they got to do is flip that stool over, and it's seating for 4 with the table.
Yeah, we should probably get away from this topic.
You should. What's the matter with you? What the heck? I can't believe you brought that up.
Well,
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
keep going.
If there's
Philip.
anything wrong with that, hey.
No. And the nice thing about it is Lazy Nate says gay bars are fun to party at. I tell you what.
Just don't pass out at one. That's all I got to say.
That's
Oh,
well,
you
that,
experience there too. Like, yeah. I'm not sure about that now. That face tell me something else, but it's okay.
Just don't pass out at one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Bill Cosby was there that night.
I'm shocked. I didn't think I had brought somebody with experience up on my panel.
Yeah.
But sure sounded authoritative. I mean, Sound like that man's the authority on it. Yeah.
In his younger days.
Do
maybe.
not pass out at the gay bar, he says. Oh, really,
He's at a
Bill?
gay bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gays are funny as hell. I love gays. They are funny. Yeah.
I have an awful lot of friends and acquaintances that are, so, and I'll tell you what, life has become very difficult because all of the best Polish jokes I've got were told to me by Poles. All of the best jokes about people of color came from people of color. They didn't come from people that weren't of color. They came from them. And I laugh my ass off, and then I go, that is sick, because if I ever want to laugh at that joke again, I got to tell it to myself, because I don't dare go out and tell it. You can get away with it. I can't anymore. I can't repeat your joke. And it's the same with my gay friends. They tell me flat out. I'm going to tell you a joke you don't dare tell again. Well, doggone it.
Then don't tell me.
Don't tell me. You're just going to make my life difficult. I'm a damn fool. Someday I'll just let that fall out of my mouth.
You share jokes to share them again. That's not fair.
That's it. I mean,
I love it when the Phil shop is solved. Yeah.
I put my foot in my mouth all the time.
That's it. Oh, that's why I take very good care of my feet. I make sure my feet are super clean, because I stick them fuckers in my mouth all the time. Yeah.
Phil always walk barefoot, so
Right.
he's so clean.
You gotta mop the frickin' floors every day.
He got a dirty mouth, so yeah, that's why.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a dirty mouth because his foot's in it most of the time.
Yep.
I hope I didn't disappoint too many people.
Try make me big for a second.
Oh, look at him now talking about gay bars. No,
We're not in a gay bar.
But you know how when you tell a joke to somebody, right? Well, when you tell a joke that this is me.
Oh yeah, that one.
Hey Andre, you want to hear a joke? Yeah. Why should white people go swimming? I don't know why. Because crackers get soggy when wet.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
So see, he's not supposed to laugh that big at it, but you know what? When a white guy tells a black guy a white joke, it's twice as funny.
It's twice as funny. Yeah. Exactly. Well, that's like the one I tell about the little kid walking home and looks through a hole in the fence by the hardware, and there's a bunch of grown-up white guys back there, and they all got their Peters out. And all of a sudden, one of them guys realizes it's a little black kid looking, and they see him peeking through the fence. They yell at him, and they make them come out back where they are. And he goes, "What are you boys doing back here?" And they said, "Well, we're having a Peter contest." And the one white guy says, "You see that big old turkey there?" He says, "Whoever's got the longest Peter wins that turkey." And that kid goes, "Can I play?" And they laughed. They said, "Well, what the heck, sure." Well, later he's coming home and he's got this big ass turkey. And his mama's sitting on the porch and she goes, "Boy, where'd you steal that turkey?" He goes, "I didn't steal it, Mama. I won it." She goes, "How'd you win it?" "Well, the white boys were out back a hardware store having a Peter contest. Whoever had the longest Peter won the turkey." She goes, You showed them white boys your Peter to win that turkey?" And he goes, "But Mama, I only showed them enough to win the turkey." Now, I told that to a group of black fellas that worked on the docks in Pittsburgh at the Commonwealth warehouse. I was getting a load of freight, and they were loading the freight for me, and they usually charged $150 as lumpers to load or to unload your truck. I never had to pay them because I'd bring 2 12-packs of Old Milwaukee beer, and a couple of tombstone pizzas. And they had a pizza oven there, so I could cook their pizzas for them while they're loading my truck. And I just cut them up and stand there and give them each a beer, and they're eating pizza and drinking beer and loading my truck, and they never charged me. Well, one day I thought I'd tell them a joke, and I told them that one. And you're right, Phil. They that one guy, he just bellering about it, laughing, and he goes, he showed them white boys who's got a Peter. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, ain't that damn funny. Oh, they thought it was funnier than hell. Yeah. That kid went home with the big old turkey.
Phil showed his Peter.
He won the Cornish game in. If Bill comes home with a Cornish game in. Phil came home with a Cornish game in. Where'd you get that, Phil? Well, I got honorable mention at the Peter contest.
You've seen him, my kid, if he'll for God's sake. Hey.
Look
There
at
you
you. Oh, Lordy.
Well, he must be a grower because he's not a shower in that bikini.
God.
Samantha, you did something like that before, so yeah, you don't shake your head like that. She's all nice now. Fuck. What the
No,
fuck?
Gowani, that does not make you a bad person, by the way. We cannot control the feelings of others. And I'm the kind of person, I've had people say something so terribly insulting about me right to my face. And I start laughing. And they go, that ain't nothing to laugh about. I go, oh, shit. You should have told me that before you said it, because I thought it was funnier than hell. I don't care.
It's back to Samantha again.
Oh.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah, Sam, when she first started live streaming.
So Samantha's doing everything spicy there. And he flipped me off. A fucking jerk.
Terrible. What a bunch tonight. What a crazy bunch tonight.
Oh. Hiding behind Samantha's face, that's not nice. You know that?
Wrap it up, buzzball.
Hey, yeah, Harry, I remember that. Butkus got ribbed quite a bit. Got ribbed quite a bit about it. Yeah. Nothing like a name like Rick Butkus.
Maybe Dick Buckets. You know what?
Dick.
Why do you think he was the toughest mother effer in the NFL?
That's it. I mean, holy shit! That team they just drafted Sue. We're in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
That's okay. I got a customer who makes big bucks that bought a Corvette from me. Big bucks, big cash for this Corvette. His name was Richard Kisser. You don't think he's been working all his life to be fucking not known as Dick Kisser?
Yep.
I bet you don't nobody bring up his name to him.
Yep. That's the thing is they figure out how to be big, tough, and successful real quick.
Yep. Or you're screwed for life.
And I've met a few guys with names like that, and it's when you meet them, they just have that look on their face like, I dare you. You know, I dare you. Go ahead and make a pun of my name. Go ahead. I dare you.
I've done it.
And you just like, no, I ain't going there, man.
I don't do it always, but I've done it.
Well, that's like this buddy of mine out in Montana. He says, and he was originally from South Carolina, and he real strong accent and he goes, Sty, I can't wait till you meet my son. He'd been living in California, and he's so damn successful, and he's coming up this weekend. You come on up to the cabin and meet him. Well, the wife and kids came with me, and we went up to their cabin. We're hanging out, and I said, "Where's your son?" And he says, "He's supposed to be here pretty soon. Here comes this great big Cadillac Seville comes pulling in to this cabin. And some bitch car's huge. When that boy crawled out of that car, I'm going, God, it looks like he's driving a Volkswagen. This boy was so big. He was freaking huge. I grabbed, he shook my hand, and my hand disappeared. My thumb was just, the tip of it was sticking out of this ball of meat. You couldn't see my fingers. You couldn't see the rest of my hand. Just a little tip of my thumb sticking out. That's how big his freaking mitts were. Fingers were about an inch around. They're huge. And he goes, "Hang on a minute, guys. I'm parched. I need a Pepsi." And I said, "Well, we got Pepsi in the cooler." And Glenn, my buddy, says, No. Let him get his own Pepsi. You don't want him drinking yours. He pops the trunk open on that Seville, and he comes out with a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi, and he pops it open. 3 gulps, and the whole 2 liters is gone. This guy's a monster. And I go, "What's your son's name?" So I know what to call him. He goes, "Just call him Bud." And I go, "Bud? What is his name, Buddy?" He goes, No. But he doesn't like his real name. I said, "Well, what's his name?" He goes, "Kim." I looked at that big son of a bitch, and I'm going, I ain't calling him Kim. No way in hell. "Hey, Kim." Boom. Sty just landed in the next state. No. "Hey, why don't you sit over here by me, Kim?" No. "Hey, buddy, you want to sit?" There's the spot. Don't call him Kim, especially when I was warned that he did not like his name. Yeah, that was the biggest Kim I've ever met. Ooh. God, that boy was big. Big son of a bitch. And I didn't know, I didn't know, how do I ask this guy, what do you do for a living, Do you work for the mob and they pay you to be 6 mobsters? Pay you 6 times the going rate because you're so damn big.
Break knuckles.
Yeah. What do you do for a living? Kill people. I was afraid to find out. Then I find out he owns a Maserati dealership out in California. He's selling nothing but high-end European sports cars.
There you go.
And I asked Glenn, I said, "Don't tell me he test drives them damn things." He goes, "Shit, he'd have to sit on the roof." He said, "Because he ain't getting in one of them." He said he'd have to have a leg on both sides of the center column to ride one. I said, "So he sells them, huh?" He goes, "No, he owns the business. He has salesmen." And that guy had this big ass, well, it was his right hand, had this big ass ring on, and you could tell that sucker's just pure gold, And Glenn says, "Yeah, you see that ring on his right hand there?" I said, "Yeah." He said that ring cost him 14 grand. And I go, "You gotta be kidding me." He says, "It's 2.5 ounces of gold plus all the diamonds that are embedded in it." I go, 2.5 ounces of gold? He goes, "Yeah," and he wears it like it's a small wedding band or something. I said, "No shit. I bet you I could wear that as a bracelet." That damn thing was so big around, that ring was huge. Yeah, quite the guy. One of those fellas that just walks into the room and it just commands respect,
Sure.
I had a guy when I had my pizza joint that he come in my pizza joint once every 2 weeks. And he had a special pizza I had to make for him. And that son of a bitch was It was our largest pizza, a 20-incher. And when it was done, its weight after cooked, that pizza weighed 8.5 pounds. He had so much shit on that pizza. It would take 50 minutes for that pizza in a 500-degree oven to cook. But it had to be made just the way he wanted it. But he always tipped the waitress $100, and he tipped everybody in the kitchen $50, except for me. He gave me 20. And I told him, I said, you don't know how good I am with that. I mean, because I kept telling my employees, hey, if you're on a shift that Donnie comes in, and his name was Don, and everybody called him Donnie. And he was a big guy like that, just huge, just a huge man. And his wife was this tiny little blonde, reminds me a lot of Samantha. She was only a little over 5 feet tall, 100 pounds maybe. And here's this big ass man that weighs 360, 380, big, tall, monstrous bastard. And he always wore high-end pinstripe suits all the time. Yeah, he looked like a damn gangster. And he owned a big club on Lake Minnetonka, west of Minneapolis. Oh my God! I think I saw. I'm sure of it. I'm pretty sure that I. God damn it! This is the wrong fucking night. I didn't move that over here yet. Son of a bitch! I'll fix that shit. I'll fix it. I thought for sure I seen him.
There he is.
Showing off again.
Run, Steve, run.
Run, Steve, run. Yep. Shake it, Steve. Shake it.
Everybody's got a killdeer sighting.
Yep. Yeah, I subscribe to these folks on Facebook, follow them. Bigfoot believers. But I think we need to start a page over there called Killdeer Believers, and get all these shots of killdeer in the wild,
Yeah, but then someone might actually shoot Steve. That would be bad.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that wouldn't.
We don't want that to happen.
That wouldn't be so good.
Yeah,
no. No, we don't want Steve coming to harm just because we're, But then sometimes, I have seen where maybe, he might have it coming. Phil doesn't like it, Steve, when you do this to him when he's out golfing.
No, that's bad.
Yeah, that gets him a little upset, and look out for that killdeer out on the golf course.
What's up,
hey Ingalls family's here. Hi. Say good night, everyone. Is that good night because I'm here, or are you already saying good night?
They've been there for a while, Sty.
Yeah, so they're heading out.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You watch it, because I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You better watch it, buddy, because Anne's telling you.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm scared, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Not the fly swatter, Mom. No.
I wouldn't use that. I would use something else.
Them damn fly swatters back then, that they weren't these all plastic things we got today. These were the ones that the doggone handles were twisted up coat hangers, what it was. The handles were like coat hangers. She told me once, well, at least I never used a coat hanger on you. And I went and grabbed fly swatter. I said, "Look at this, Ma." And then I held up a coat hanger next to it. I said, "The only difference is the shape." This handle is nothing but a screwed up coat hanger. Oh, never thought of it that way, son. I'm sorry. Do something wrong and I'll use it again. Oh, Lordy, I don't know. So we're coming into the start of a whole new week, eh?
Oh yeah, it's funny in my job. It's like, I can't wait for the week to be over, and then suddenly it's over, and then we're back into a new week. It's really crazy.
Yeah. I've almost forgot what that's like. I hated my career for the longest time. Well, I loved the work I did, but I hated the effect on my life because I'd work 5, 12 to 14s, and then I'd work at least half of the Saturday. Well, and then the second half of the Saturday and Saturday night was a blast, man. I could just unwind, forget shit. But it took you all that time to unwind like that. But I don't know about anybody else, but I'd wake up on Sunday and go, "Ah, shit. All I got is today, and then tomorrow I got to be right back at work." So my Sundays seemed like crap right from the get-go because I knew Monday's just tomorrow, man. I can't stay up late tonight. I can't, all I got is this little bit of the day. But that little bit of the day, I'm stressed out because I'm thinking of tomorrow. I hated
what
that.
you got to do the next day.
Right. Good night, B-Lady. Thank you, sweetheart, for the honey. Love it, love it, love it.
Good night, sweetheart.
And you have a very happy Valentine's Day. And here, grab a couple things off the tray on the way out. Phil, get out of there. That's not for you. That's for the ladies. Jeez. Get your fingers all over the ladies' finger food.
That's one of the first times I want to put my hands all over meat.
I'm not sure about that. But okay.
Oh, good night, James. James is saying, "We gone." He's calling it a night. Yeah. I love that tray. That Running Water popped that thing up on Facebook, and I bitched at him. I said, "Where is it? I saw it. I gave it a thumbs up, and now I can't find it." He goes, "I'll messenger it to you." I said, "Good. I need that for tonight. Whenever the gals are coming and going, I want to be able to throw a Valentine's up for them that is a little different, Yeah, you're right. There, Cindy, you're right.
That's right.
And I'll tell you what, I know better than to put my hands on another man's meat.
Cindy?
Yeah. Phil, you keep your hands off of someone else's meat. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. You better stop that stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you don't want to get slapped, you little brat, down in the corner. No, I better not. Yeah.
Someone needs to bathe.
Oh, you are bad. Oh my God.
It's your upper lip.
Oh, it might be. I'm sorry.
We all know the kind of stuff you eat.
That's yeah. I wouldn't want Phil putting his finger anywhere on me without me running to a shower real quick. Yeah, God knows where that finger has been.
Down his pants, I guess.
Yeah,
down his pants.
And
all right. Yeah, you want to hear something really embarrassing? Thank God it didn't happen to me. It happened to a buddy of mine. I'm at his house.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm at his house. And he had a couple of things that he wanted to throw in the washer and dryer, hunting clothes, and he's going to wash it with scented soaps for the outside, dirt scented soaps, but he went down to his laundry room and he's throwing this up in the washer, and he checked the dryer while there were clothes in the dryer. So he pulled the clothes out, put them in the basket, and he brought them upstairs in their house. And I'm sitting there, we're having a couple of beers, and I go, "Oh, you doing laundry, eh?" He says, "No, I threw my hunting gear in the washer and this was in the dryer, so I want it out of there to dry my stuff." And I go, "Oh," and he goes, he says, he's looking through it and he goes, "Oh God, it's my boy's stuff." Well, he's only got one boy, and his boy was 18 at the time. And he's going through his boy's clothes and folding shit. And I go, "Oh, you're going to make somebody a good wife someday." And all of a sudden, he's sitting there with his jaw dropped. And I go, What, you found something nasty or what? He goes, "Explain these." And he throws a pair of jeans at me. And I grabbed them and I'm looking at him. I go, "Yeah, they're jeans." He goes, No. He says, "Stick your hand in either of the front pockets." So I stuck my hand in the pocket, and it just kept going and going and going. I checked the other one. I turned them inside out. Look, both the pockets, the bottoms of the pockets were cut out of them. And he's over that basket going through these pants, and he looks at me, he goes, 4 out of 7 pairs of jeans, all 4 pairs have the pockets cut out of them. I started laughing. I said, "I wouldn't fold his underwear." Yeah. I mean, that ain't right. That boy's got no bottoms to his pockets. What's going on with your boy? He was so freaking embarrassed. He goes, "I wonder if I could take him out in the woods and get him lost, I said, "Just make sure he's got a clean pair of jeans on."
Who has to check his panties now? Oh, not his panties, but his...
He's cutting the pockets out of his pants now. He's going, so "Damn it, I never thought of that. That is so cool." He's busy. Yeah. I can adjust my mankini without unzipping my pants now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, killed her. That's why I burst out laughing so hard. Yeah, I was pretty sure. Yeah.
I've done that.
Have holes in your pockets?
No, not mine. Not in my pockets. Well, I've been young, or I don't know if I was young. I don't know. Yeah. Christian, have you ever had Dutch licorice? Oh, is that the same as what do you call it? Fuck it. That cough medicine almost, the Jägermeister? Is it something like that?
I don't know.
Because I hate things like that. That tastes just like cough medicine. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That Turkish, what do you call it? Turkish pepper. Turkish pepper.
Yeah, Jägermeister has like that black licorice taste, kind of.
Yeah, I can stand it. It's like cough medicine, and I
feel like Good and Plenty's.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, that's what it tastes like. Yeah, we used to do shots of Jaeger for, playing games.
That guy down there, he was drinking a whole bottle. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting well because he was getting like a flu or something. So he drank the whole bottle. Yeah, next day I'll be all fine. He was like, same old shit like next day. So of course, take a new bottle. I'm gonna repair this. It says, yeah. Oh, fuck it. Nope. And it stinks like hell. It stinks. I don't like that. Yeah. No. Don't try to kiss me when you're taking that shit. No. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Don't kiss
Black
me.
licorice, but salty. I like licorice, but not like that. Not like that. No. Jägermeister is like drinking a cappuccino. Oh hell no! I would rather drink a cappuccino, and I don't drink coffee. I hate black licorice. Yeah, I'm more champagne. I drink champagne
Champagne.
because I'm so bubbly, right, Samantha? I'm bubbly.
Yeah, it suits you.
Oh, I'm a fucking bubble Shazam. Hey.
Mhm.
Or I was. I need a bathtub.
I was gonna, you know how Nicholas was. I don't know. Some of you might know, but Nicholas Green was really big into the panning for gold thing for a while there,
Yeah.
and and he got a couple of these kits where you buy them and they're supposed to have so much gold flecks in it. And he'd pan it out and stuff. I was going to tell him, well, you go out and you buy yourself a nice bottle of Goldschlager and drink that and then pan your shit the next day.
Oh, God. He would maybe try that. You never know.
That's it. That's it. I thought that would be funny though if I visited him, had a bottle of Goldschlager, and I could take him. If he's got a bucket of sand he wants to gold pan through, I just pour that bottle in there and let him gold pan it. And go, where'd all these gold flecks come from?
So
Yeah.
Phil, did you cut all the pockets out of your pants now?
She said that's why you left, was to go get that out of the way, get your pockets all cut out of your pants. Nick's in the chat. He didn't say nothing until I mentioned what I would do. Yeah, he's laughing now.
I'm just wondering, you know.
I never had
Just
pockets in my
wondering.
pants to begin with, so I didn't have to cut them out. They were already out.
Okay. Maybe I will ask you for a change sometimes.
Yeah. Have you got change for $1?
Yeah.
Here, let me dig in this pocket.
And I can always offer you a sponge bath.
No,
Well, thank Gary. Thanks, sir.
Nick's like, I don't want to pan crap. Hey, you should probably get the gold out of the alcohol before it goes into your shit.
That's. Oh God, you've drank that stuff, haven't you, Phil? Goldschlager?
No, sir.
Oh man, I drank a whole bottle once. Don't get drunk on that shit.
No.
Oh God, that was the worst freaking hangover I think I've ever had. Was drinking
Really?
a whole bottle of Goldschlager. Oh,
That's probably a whole bottle. Yeah,
that
you did say a
and
whole bottle.
all of the gold with it. I mean, yep, didn't matter. I ate a gold-plated cake once, and it was at Mrs. Pillsbury, the Pillsbury Doughboy's mama. That's she used to laugh at me when I'd go, "Oh, how's the Pillsbury Doughboy doing?" She'd laugh. She'd say that little. And she was such a sweet old gal, Mrs. Pillsbury, that she'd go, "Oh, that Doughboy, he's such a little shit," she'd say. And she was always so proper, but she'd go, "Oh, that little shit." You know, I laughed. But I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. So
I don't know. I asked them, but they didn't respond. Yeah. No.
I have a love-hate relation. That's why Lazy Nate has a love-hate relationship with Goldschlager. Yeah. Oh, I loved the taste of it. I drank that shit down like water. It was good. I loved it. I didn't like the effects, man. Oh, the gold-plated cake. I was there trimming one of her trees. And I noticed there's a lot of cars there. And her son, it was her son's birthday. Well, her son was 48 years old at the time. And she came out and told me, she says, hey, she says, you get done trimming that tree? She says, come down to the house, she says, for a piece of cake. It's my son's birthday and we're having a little gathering. I said, I can't mingle with them folks. Look at me. I'm covered with chainsaw oil. And I said, no. And she goes, oh, no, you have to come down. You got to have a piece of cake. Okay. I get down there and her housekeeper, she walks up to me with this really good sized plate with this big ass piece of cake on it. And I go, why is it shiny gold? And she goes, because it's gold plated. And I go, what do you mean gold plated? You don't gold plate a fucking cake. Oh, yeah. That whole cake was covered with gold leaf. It was covered in gold leaf, the whole cake. And yeah, you ate the gold with the cake. Yeah. Seems.
Don't know what's going on with these girls.
What? You don't. You never
don't know what's going on with these girls. I don't know. I'm watching. I'm paying attention.
You don't. You never know.
Girls? I'm not me? Granny?
Yeah, Granny's being all bad up there.
Oh.
You know what?
She's what?
Say
She's
what?
sugar. She's sugar. She's sweet. And I'm candy.
Yeah.
And Samantha is Samantha Lee Originals.
Oh, she's an angel.
I'm spicy and she's nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just
everything sour.
You're just leftovers.
Everything sour. I will come up with something else.
It's been on there it's been there all night.
It's been there all night.
You got everything before there, so.
Patreon pirate. Yeah. Gold plated cake with Goldschlager would be good. Yeah, watch it.
Say, Cindy, do you want to see them? Here they are.
Cindy.
Oh, jeez. And you're supposed to let me know beforehand so I can make it full screen, you know.
Well, like I said, you're not fast enough on the trigger finger. Hey. And now he's like, have his hands on the mouse. Now I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
What? You think I got my hand on the mouse?
Yeah, dude.
No, I don't.
You know, I see what you do, Sty. Yeah. Well, why he feels down? Did he put him down too?
No, he's not even in the damn basement. He's just boom.
Oh, that fucking moron. I guess that he cut his hole in his pants now. So
probably he got stuck and he's trying to get it out.
Oh, geez.
Do you think he got trouble with getting it out?
Well, you know, if it's too short, when you pee, I guess you could unzip and hold it from in your pocket.
No, that hole in the pocket was the string that got tangled.
Yeah, there's a string hanging there. It's choking me. It's choking me.
He ran away. Yeah, he ran away. I don't know. I scared him. I guess I was too naughty with him today.
Oh, gosh. What a crazy night it's been. Holy God. I tell a story about driving a tractor as a little kid and it wanders right off. Gay bars.
Well, I would love to be in a gay bar.
And playing pocket pool.
Like now on my Facebook, in English it will like crooked dating site. It says crooked on it. I'm wondering what the fuck I get those things on my Facebook because I'm never on things like that. And it says, are you like How do you say that in English? You don't say crooked. How do you say that? Is it that bi
Gay?
crooked? Yeah,
Gay?
but yeah, it's not gay, but
Oh, bi?
yeah, I fuck it, I don't know. But I get like pages like that, not every day get some new there. I don't understand it.
Hmm.
Well, I've been
So-
on Pornhub, but it's not like that. But yeah,
somebody likes you, eh?
well, I usually run away if it's a girl.
That's
I run away then. I lock myself in the bathroom or something like that. Then yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's not why I've been out since I was 18, 19. I don't. It scared me.
I
Women,
think I
women
think
scared me.
I think I get along so well with lesbians because I've been one my whole life.
Yeah, you're more a female. I'm a more a manly. Like I like doing things with my hands. Like I fix things. I don't.
What the hell are you talking about?
You cooking,
You show me something female about my ass.
you cook, you clean, you can sew. I think it. Yeah, like you do a
So
lot of things.
what? What the fuck makes that female?
Well, you are. Do you know
I
how
mean,
many
if a
men?
man can't clean, if he can't sew, if
Oh
he
yeah,
can't cook, he's going to be one hungry son of a bitch with holes in his sock
yeah, but that's
in
a
a
lot of
dirty
men.
fucking house. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a lot of men. That's a lot of men, Sty. Believe it or not, that's a lot of men. Yeah.
and there's a lot of men that aren't that way. Don't man bash on here.
Yeah.
Just like I can do that to women and I don't. Because
Yes.
it's not true. It's not true. Not all women are the same, and not all guys are the same. It's not fair to say every man is this way.
I
No.
didn't say every man.
But to say the majority of men is that way is just as wrong.
No.
It's really not. Yes, it is. It's not
No.
true. It's
But
not
it's a
true.
lot. I said
Okay,
a lot. I said a lot. I don't say that word you said. I can't say it.
majority.
Yeah, that one. I said a lot.
But there's a lot, and I said there's a
Yeah.
lot of men that
Yeah.
aren't that way.
Yeah, but
It's
up here it's a lot that doesn't do it.
the
Maybe it's different in the States, because raised differently, maybe.
well,
Because
it's
up
it's
here it's
you know
different.
the the men that I know I know a lot of men both ways. There's
Yeah.
a lot of men that couldn't wash their own damn clothes. I mean, they never have. I've
I've
never
done
done
that
my own
very.
laundry. I hear guys say that all the time. Um, I've heard men say that many times. Oh man, I've never ever ran a washing machine or a dryer. I've never
Yeah.
washed my own clothes, and or say I've never had to make my own bed ever. That's what a woman is for. Well, those
Yeah.
guys are stupid and they're assholes. I mean, to think that only women can wash clothes and make beds, and I don't like it when a woman tells me, "Oh, Sty, you do what women do." No, I do what a responsible adult does.
Yeah.
If you can't do that shit for yourself, what the hell's wrong with you? That's why I hired mostly women, because women that asked for the job were asking because they were confident they could do it,
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people in my career said, "Well, why aren't you hiring men? You should be hiring men." No, I want to hire the person that takes their job serious.
Yeah.
And so I and it just happened that most of the women, they asked for the job because they wanted to take it seriously, And the guy just thought it should be given to me. No, I don't like guys like that. I don't like you gotta all of us, men, women, everybody.
Yeah, like you just
We gotta
take
be responsible for
yeah,
ourselves.
two. You can take two of my relationship, just two of them, or maybe three of them. I don't know. But like, well, okay, they can cook eggs and fry them and things like that. But over that's too much, Where they can't almost make a dinner or something else beside that. They don't clean, you know. I've always been like washing clothes and drying and everything like that. Yeah, nice. I was also doing that bed sheet, but when I got that double comforter, that was a pain in the ass. And I said, I'm not doing that shit by myself because I hate like shaking that fucking thing because that's huge.
Huge, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, if you want that big thing there, okay, you have to do it. So like, yeah, that was him down there. So he put that on. That's but making food like that, no. At first, my first relationship when I was like 18, 19 or something, he could fry eggs or something like that, and, but making more dinner, cook, clean, nothing. It's like nothing. They don't do
Yeah,
that because
you got the wrong guys. You got the wrong
yeah,
guys. I'd like to go kick. I'd like to go
yeah.
kick their asses because they.
That is what I say. Like up here in Norway, most of the men don't do what you do.
Well, no, we got men like that here in the
Yeah.
U.S. too.
I
You
think-
know,
I
we
think
got men
most
like
of them-
that in the U.S.
Yeah.
too. But we also have men that think like I do. That hey,
Yeah.
if there's not a woman there, you better be able to do what a woman does,
And
or
same with
or
barbecue.
your world's going to go to hell, and all you're going to do is eat at McDonald's the rest of your fucking
Yeah.
life.
I mean barbecuing, like that's a guy's thing in the States.
No,
In
not
Nor-
not
in-
not
in-
not
in-
amongst a lot of circles. There's a
Yeah,
lot of gals that are awesome.
Yeah.
They do awesome.
Yeah, but mostly when I see things, it's always they cook like really nice. But up here, they're just sitting down and waiting to get served. They can put the charcoal in there, they can light the fire, and oh, that's funny. And then the women have to like cooking, cleaning, everything, and they just want it served.
Well, I'm game if we want to just blame Norway for having assholes for men. I'm game for that. I
was talking about Norway because I don't talking about you guys.
but I do know over here in the US a lot of gals that suffer because not just that their man expects them to do these things, but it angers me that these guys never learned the skills themselves.
Yeah, they should. Like they should to take care. You know, when I'm like I take care of the men when they are sick, but when I get sick, it's hard to get them to boil a fucking bag of soup. You know, you got the dry soup. You know, you just pour water in it and you whip it. I don't demand anything else than that. Just something I can get down, but just reading the instruction, that's really difficult. Yeah, puts like 9 deciliter of water or whatever it is, like and a wisp. That guy down there, he don't know how to do that. Like it's insane. So
see, and I think a lot of it, and it hurts me to think that a lot of these guys grew up where they had that mentality. Dad was that way, I gotta be like dad, The wife does everything for you. The woman does everything for you. And when I was raised, no, my dad was in the kitchen. Him and my mom were hip to hip, and they cooked together. They did laundry together. They did everything. They cleaned the house together. And it was because their frame of mind was everybody in the household should know every job.
Yeah,
to maintain a household. Because if something happens to mom, somebody has to fill in for her.
Yeah, right.
If something happens to dad, somebody has to fill in for him. Well, that might be the oldest girl in the family that's at that level that can fill in for dad's spot. Or it might be the oldest boy in the family that fills in for mom when she's down and out.
Yeah.
So everybody in the family
That's
had
the
to
right
know
thing to do.
every job that was required for the household.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why people wouldn't want a household like that.
I don't know. I
Because
just picked the wrong guys. I don't know, but it's a lot. I see it. not just me, but there's a lot of people around here, and that like even the woman is like she's working full time, just like the men do, but still have to cook and clean and do everything while the man is sitting there or looking at sports or something else. Even the garden works. Mostly that is woman work too. They don't do that often either. It's a female thing. The woman is working in garden, like cutting grass and yeah.
See, in my household, and you gals have heard me that
Yeah.
my ex-wife, she didn't like doing housework. She didn't like doing anything that most women typically think, oh, I'm stuck with doing all this, and I understand why they feel that way because they usually are stuck with it. So I did that stuff. I cleaned the house. I did the laundry. I fixed all of our meals. She would fix an occasional meal. I won't take that away from her. She did fix occasional meals, but I cleaned the house and I took care of the household duties. But if somebody were to say, well, Sty, that's pretty ladylike or feminine of you. No, bullshit. It's not. It's goddamn responsibility. The work has to be done. And if she wasn't going to do it, by God, I had to. Somebody had to do that stuff. Somebody had to make sure the household kept going. And I guess maybe that's why I sympathize so much with women that are stuck in that role. They're working a full-time job. They come home, they got to cook the meal, and then they got to fit in cleaning the house. They got to take care of the laundry. They got all that stuff on top of their job. Now, when my ex-wife and I both worked, I always told her, we got to split some of this shit up. I can't work 12, 14 hours a day and keep up with everything. So I would convince her, take a few of those duties off of my shoulders, but a man should be willing to do that too. Say, hey, you're working, you're putting in just as much time as I am. We need to split this stuff up, Maybe every other night you fix dinner, I fix dinner. You fix dinner, I fix dinner. That's what it's all about, is just being responsible.
It's sharing, you share. Yeah, you
that
should
responsibility.
Yeah.
The responsibility is too big for one person. It is. It burns you out. It burns you out. You end up feeling that you're just a housekeeper, You're a provider and a housekeeper. And that's why when I hear of a gal that's, she's got her own interests, she's got a job, whatever it may be, and then her spouse isn't putting anything in, I get pissed. Because you're not a woman because you know how to wash clothes. You're not a woman because you can fix dinner. You're not a man because you have a job. You're still the woman that has a job. We're men and women, but we can share that responsibility. It's without titling each other that, oh no, that's your job, not my job. You're a woman. No, I don't buy that.
We live in 2020, it went 2021 now, and it should be like sharing things but it's still like, women do this,
I think it's
men do this, and it's about time to stop doing that and tell that's a woman's work. And some kind work is woman's work, some kind is man's work. That's okay. That's okay. Some work really is that, but home, that's sharing. That
anything to do with the household. I'm not talking about out in a career or something like that, but anything that has to do with your household, whether you're single or you're married with several kids, you still have responsibilities, and everybody in that group, in that household, should share those responsibilities.
Yep, equally.
Yep.
You got to teach your kids to be that way.
Yeah.
If you teach them otherwise, it's just not going to happen.
The only thing I don't like to do at home is I can do it, but something can happen, and that's the electrician part, and
Hey, hey,
and it's not legal, by the way, to do that. But like it
by
change the
yourself, yeah,
wires and things
right,
like
right,
that.
right.
But
But
I,
but
I've done a
in
little bit, and it's gone black sometimes. But
that's
yeah,
that's just like with certain types of mechanical things on a
yeah,
vehicle or something. A
yeah.
lot of gals say, "Oh no, I ain't going there. No, that's just not my bag. That's a guy's thing." And that this and that. The thing is, though, in society at large, those types of issues where you get into the, well, that's a man thing, that's a woman thing. Most of the time, what you have is, oh shit, we got a bad outlet over there. That needs to be fixed. The wife says, hey, honey, you should fix that outlet. And what's honey do? Picks up the phone, calls the electrician, says, come on over and fix my outlet. Because he don't even know how to do it. I mean, it, you know, so it's, again, it comes down to, all right, you might call an electrician, and all of a sudden, what if he sends a gal to your house to fix your electrical because
Yeah, that's some
she went to
plumbing.
school
Yeah.
to learn that trade? Just shut up and let her do it because you don't know what the hell you're doing. I mean,
Oh, I
it's
will
a
try.
pride thing. It's all a pride thing,
Yeah,
and
it is. It is.
yeah, a person needs to
So,
throw that pride out and just say, "Hey, I'd rather have I'd rather be proud of you and lift you up than be proud of myself and make a fool out of myself." You know?
well, I'm grown up on a farm, so I'm used to hard work. Like, but when I got together with a guy, he will like take over everything and all, like pushing me. Yeah, you shouldn't do that because that's a man's job, and they took more and more off that part. But I like to do that part. I didn't just like to just cook and wash and things like that. Like
Right.
I do everything. I do everything.
Well,
I
and that's again, that's where a good relationship is important because if if you like doing something that some
yeah.
people might think is something a guy would do, if you like doing that, your partner should say, "Hey, more power to you. You want to do
Oh no
that?
no
Go,
no.
go for it. Do it."
Yeah, but
Why
I feel
why say, "Hey, get your hands off of there. That's a guy thing." No, say, "Hey, if that's your interest, do it.
yeah.
Why not?" I mean, why interfere with something that isn't broke? I mean, every
Well,
one of us have different interests and are willing to do certain things. Support us in what we want to do and what we can do instead of telling us what we should or shouldn't do. Now,
yeah.
Granny's a good example of a gal that's
Oh
not
yeah,
afraid to pick up a wrench and go to work on a vehicle. She'll
yeah.
just, I'm going to figure that shit out.
And
And
so do I. I always wish for tools, Christmas and things like that. I don't wish for diamonds and things like that because I'm not
Right.
like
I love
that.
tools. Don't give me no damn diamond. Give me
Yeah,
tools.
I love
that's
tools.
right,
I
right.
love
Yeah.
tools.
Go
I like
buy me a diamond ring.
yeah,
I want that new Craftsman set of socket wrenches there.
yeah.
That,
I
what's wrong
always
with
wish
that?
for tools. I always wish for tools. So I got a lot of tools down there, but I don't know if I can get it or not. But yeah,
Right.
I got a
Well,
lot of
without using them on somebody.
yeah.
I'm here to get my tools. You
Well,
best leave the room because I want to see if they still work.
yeah, you never know. You never know. If you get mad enough, you never know.
Hey, Newman
Hey,
Hey,
Newman.
Newman.
I know, man.
and WTF Mike. Of course, you guys saw him come in.
Evil's Mike
Hey,
was
Mike.
in there and said hello. I don't know if you saw
Yeah,
it.
yeah. The but yeah, I I guess I don't care either if I'm the odd man out, but I have issues with women that aren't self-empowered. I mean,
Yeah,
women that aren't bold enough to be self-empowered.
it's all for the board.
I empathize with them so much that it's hard to build a friendship or
That is
relationship
also like amazed me.
because
Yeah,
I want to see them. I want to see them step up and be who they want to be.
hey,
And
food
that's
forest.
it.
Hey, Food Forest.
Hey,
So,
Food Forest, great to see you.
and saltwater bean.
Saltwater
thank you,
born.
Newman.
Yeah.
And that's what I like, because when you talking about food, you sound like really a woman, because you know what to do. You really know what to do by like with cooking and stuff like that. And it drives me crazy, because you're better than me than cook, and that pisses me off.
Oh,
But,
God. No, I don't think so. I'd love to cook with you though in the kitchen. I would love it. I would love
like,
it.
but on YouTube, like I hear many use the barbecue and doing this and doing that, and I was like, why didn't I get a man that can cook like that on a barbecue? Because I get always boring sausages or boring burgers, and that's all. Yeah, it's
Oh,
nothing fancy, nothing more than that. It's always sausages or burgers. That's it, or bacon. Just put some
you know,
bacon.
I do have to admit, I do have to say that um, over the years, I always had big doings like on the 4th of July. And I loved the 4th of July because I'd always have such a big cookout. I didn't invite the whole neighborhood. But I would have gals come up to me, and I had guys come up to me and say, "You son of a bitch, we know what you're up to. We know what you're up to. You're just warming up to the ladies." And I go, "No bullshit. I'm having a good time." But I'd have gals come up to me and say, "This is awesome. This is the first barbecue. I didn't have to bring a dish. I didn't have to fix this, didn't have to fix that. I didn't have to babysit all the kids because you got these guys playing with their children for a change. You're making these fathers get out there, get involved with their kids at your picnics." And I go, "But that's the way it should be." And they're like, "But that's not the way it is." And I look, don't tell me it's not the way it is. Isn't that the way it is right now today? So I just proved to all of you, yeah, the guys can play with the kids and keep them occupied while the ladies can sit and just do like the guys do half the time. They each have their opportunities. Sit around, have a few drinks, bullshit. The guys are cooking, watching the kids, and the gals are hanging out, BSing. Is there something wrong with that? Everybody wants to point that out as, "Oh no, them women, they should be setting the tables and doing this." Oh, get your lazy ass over here, put the plates out, do this, and quit worrying about the women, what they're doing, And that's, I I
Yeah,
just I get so fed up with people trying to classify women and men. Can't they just enjoy each other's company, for God's sakes?
that is why I say most of the men's around here. I don't say but most of the men around here. They just wait and sit and get
Yeah,
serve
because
me food.
and I do have to say, and I've watched it over the years, a lot of women enable the men to be that way.
Yeah.
Their moms babied that guy all the way through until he's done with high school. Mom treated him like he's my little boy.
Well, if
What do
I
you
tell
mean he's
you,
your little boy? He's 42 and still living in your fucking basement. Kick his ass out of the house and make him be responsible. No, you're enabling him because he knows mommy will take care of him. And then when he gets into a relationship with a gal, he expects her to replace mommy.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad.
well, if I told him to make me dinner or something and make us dinner, it will be pizza, and you put it in the microwave and you turn it on for 12 minutes. That's the way to make dinner. Or you will buy that TV dinner and put it in the microwave.
Oh God, I hated it when the wife would ask me to make
Yeah,
pizza because that meant that I had an hour and a half of prep.
yeah, that's not
I
like
gotta make you
yeah.
make homemade pizza dough and you gotta prep all of the veggies and the meats and everything and yeah, it took a long time to make pizza. So when she asked me to make pizza, it was like, okay, I guess I ain't doing nothing else for a couple hours. The but that's what you but that's what you do. I mean, I love that homemade pizza just as much as she does. So if she asks me to make that homemade pizza, well, yeah, I guess I'll do that. I like it. I love that homemade pizza. So I'll make it. Yeah. The it's So it's a win-win. She's happy because she got homemade pizza. I'm happy because I made it my way and I like it. So yeah. Rain dancers saying thank you, Sty, for addressing all this. I'm not. I'm, I'm just I'm just saying that.
Yeah, but yeah, that is why I say like it's a lot of things that is different from the states to here, you know.
There are cultural
Yeah.
differences. There are cultural, even here in the United States, we have such mixed cultures here in the U.S. And you see, that's like my best friend through ever since we were 5 years old. We've known each other through the years, and I always been there for each other. His family, his mother was pure Greek. I tell you, walk into that household, there ain't a man in the world. He acts tougher than shit as long as there isn't a woman within hearing distance. If there's a woman in the family within hearing distance, guys are real careful what they say. As soon as the women can't hear anything, they're tough, man. They're tougher than shit. But they ain't tough when the women are around. They run the show. In a Greek household, I tell you what, Greek women, man, they'll kick a guy's ass so fast.
Oh yeah.
And they won't let a guy in the kitchen unless he's there to taste something and compliment. Otherwise, get the fuck out of my kitchen. And so culturally, the women are setting the standard. You don't touch that. You don't
But
go there.
it's not just that, you know, but just to be clean when you cook, you know, because like down there, he could just go right from outside and right inside and start cooking and taking on bread and things like that and don't clean your hands. I don't want to taste anything like that, you know, for fuck's sake, I don't know where he's been and like yeah, so mostly of the time when he was cooking I couldn't eat it because I was like, yeah, after he started, and I say, did you clean your hands? And he was like, no, I forgot it. Yeah.
Oh no.
And that it was always, yeah, I have to like babysit him to clean his hands before he starts cooking food, you know. And
Yeah.
you shouldn't do that when you are 50 and you started to almost get 60, that you have to have a babysitter to tell you that, yeah, clean your hands before you take your hands on your food, you know.
That's and then yeah, in my household, oh yeah.
I know, sorry.
My water bills were quite high because I was always yelling at the kids, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Stay out of my kitchen until you wash your hands. Hell, I've had one of my kids run in so nasty looking, I'd say, go take a shower and then you're allowed in the rest of the house. You don't just come in from all that nasty stuff and think you're going to touch anything. Don't go in that fridge. I'll break your fingers. Don't touch it. But
it was bad, but it is the same with the whole fucking family there. They don't do it, you know. Yeah.
Lord, when he left,
I'd rather go hungry than eat the food many times. So.
Oh wow, Rain Dancer! I can see that. I can see that. I could not. Oh, I wouldn't. I can't believe that. My ex-wife, with all of our differences, there were things that, we were pretty proud of each other in certain things that we would do. And I remember her one time actually having two of my friends come to my house and tell me, if you don't sit down and stay down, she gave us permission to force you to sit down. And I was like, what? And they said, it's only been 8 hours after you have had an angiogram. You're all patched up. You got an artery that hasn't even healed yet. And you're in the backyard running a rototiller for the garden. And I said, it's got to get done, man. Do you see the weather report? I got to get that garden tilled. And they're saying, but she said that you started a couple loads of laundry and you got dinner going in the kitchen. And then you went out to rototill the garden. You got to sit down. You got to stop. Well, that's because you don't think about yourself when things have to be done. for yourself and those other people in your home. You know, you just do what you got to do. And and I saw that happen with people so many times where they don't take the time to think of themselves. They just do. They just do. It's bad when you have somebody in the relationship, though, that sits back and takes advantage of that and just says, let them work. Let them work. Let them do it all. Let them do it all. I won't intervene. I won't get involved. Sometimes you have to step in and say, hey, I can carry part of that load. You know? Here's what I got tired of being mommy. That's the thing is Rain Dancer. I see where you're coming from. You guys out there talking food too. I make a coney dog pizza every once in a while, chili, sliced hot dog, a mix of mozzarella and cheddar, and mustard after cooking. It's great. I'm the only one who eats it. Oh, well,
That's good.
I used to make some things that the others would nibble, but they wouldn't. It wasn't a favorite of theirs, but it was one of mine. Just meant I had a lot to eat.
I try to make stuff they won't eat so I can get some.
Yeah. It still don't work?
Nope.
Well,
That's
the only thing I could do when I did that was put pepper on it because he
He
couldn't.
didn't like pepper.
Yes, well, put a little extra pepper on it. He says, "Yeah, that's too spicy for me." And I was like, "Yeah, I would put some more."
Here, let me fix that. I put more on it, and it's still too much. Hey, Kathy. Good night, sweetie.
Good night, Kathy.
Kathy.
Yes,
like
I'm going to the state and I'm getting me some barbecue. That I know for sure. I'm gonna go to every place that they deep roast things. Mm.
Mike.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yep.
You're
Not
bad.
right. When did that happen?
What?
What Mike just sent.
What did Mike say?
Oh, he didn't send it to you? Well, then I'm shutting
He sent it to me. Good night, Newman.
Yes, he sent it to me, and I was asking him, and I didn't get any reply on it.
So we don't know when it happened, how it happened. Yeah,
it happened on K&D's stream.
Oh, today?
Mm-hmm.
I saw he was on there, but I didn't watch all. Oh yeah, okay. So how did he do it?
Well, there you go. I wonder if that nice stitching was done by a man or a woman. That's another thing that I think is weird. Is I've had people say to me, "Sty, I can't believe you go to a woman doctor. Are you nuts? Doctors are supposed to be men, not women." Oh, I tell you what, I went to a lot of man doctors over the years, and I found this woman doctor. I had never. Once you've gone woman doctor, you ain't going back. She's the best damn doctor I've ever seen, and sharp, smart. Yeah, no, and I've had guys hurt me. This doctor hasn't hurt me yet, So yeah. You want to get into that guy gal thing? Don't go there with the doctors because I ain't gonna go see no guy doctor.
Hey, Sugar, Mike says, tell little Granny too much to explain, so tell them. Yeah.
I'm trying.
That's all right. That's all right, Mike. We'll catch up with you and get the
You drive me crazy. Oh yeah, he's the right hand, wasn't it? Or was
There,
it the left hand?
Yep.
That's his left hand. You type with the right.
Ouchie.
You think your right
226.
hand?
Okay.
Damn.
Right. I sent y'all a message.
Ouch.
You drive me nuts.
That's yeah. I'm hoping I don't have any of those now. I hope I'm done the rest of my life. I cut this left hand up so many damn times that yeah. Yeah, I hate walking around with threaded hands, fingers.
I will go and watch the stream later, Mike. Or I don't know. I want to see it. I'm not sure if I want to see it.
You don't really see much. You just see the look on his face. I've never seen him look like that. And he's got cut a lot. So
yeah. Was it a real serious oh shit look?
Oh yeah, real serious.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
He got me. He beat me on my grinder cut.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you for 10.
And how he done that with a pair of pliers, and I had an electric grinder with a diamond blade on it.
Yep.
He got me. He beat me.
Good night, Gawani. I gotta get going, Sty. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks, sweetie.
Sam.
Hey, you have a good night. Yeah, I'm going to be wrapping it up here pretty soon. Probably within the half hour. So
Happy
you have
V-Day, guys.
Love you, girl.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Cat.
Yeah, well, we got a few folks in the house. Don't forget, tomorrow night is Sty Times at 5 p.m. Central Time. Yep. Tomorrow night's topic is animals, some of the best people I ever met. Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about how people can be all night that night. And tomorrow night, we're going to talk about the best people you ever met. Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of people are going to agree with me tomorrow by the end of the show tomorrow night.
Oh, I agree already.
Just by the title. Yeah. I've had a couple of people tell me that. Yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
Only way I've ever been hurt by an animal was when they passed away.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, I got bite once, but I don't know why. But I got bite when I was young.
You know, I've been.
I mean, hurting your heart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've had animals turn on me and do bad things, but I've always and what a bad mind we have. But hey, food forest permaculture, that's awesome that you were here tonight. Hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, and I hope the snow don't hurt your lemon trees.
Oh, no shit.
What with the lemon trees?
Snow and frost.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's really hard on the citrus. Yeah.
Because I like lemons.
I should start eating lemons. But
that's the thing is people talk about, oh man,
Yep.
People talk about what if things were to collapse and blah blah blah, the whole nation collapses and everything goes to hell. One thing you got to think about is, where do you live? Because if you live in northern Wisconsin, guess what you're going to go without? You ain't going to have no avocados. You're not going to have any lemons or limes or oranges. You're not going to get bananas. You're not going to have peaches. You will have pears, apples, and cherries, but you're not going to have those other items because there will be no way to get them.
Can you help me, Sty?
Can I help you? I don't know.
How do you say that? Go on, he says that. I was asking him how to say good night on native. Usta usvi? No, you can't say that. How do you say that? How do you say that?
I see.
That was
with
stuff
the native dialect, and I don't know that language well. Now, if that was Ojibwa,
those.
I would
Yeah, I'm no
venture,
clue. There you
guess,
go.
but I don't to hear it, to see it written and then hear it from them. Hear it spoken makes a big difference.
I'm gonna try Google Translate.
Oh, God,
I'm just curious.
I don't know if Google's going to do well with that, but
I don't know. No, it doesn't.
no, I didn't think so.
No. Fuck you, Google. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Alexander.
Hi, Alexander. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be wrapping this up. Yeah, I ate a very early dinner today, but I didn't eat anything with carbs, so I'm feeling like I got low blood sugar, and it's time for me to do what, Ann? Take my pills?
Oh, yeah, but you spilled the pills all over the floor.
Oh no, those were different pills. Those weren't.
Okay.
Those weren't these. Oh God, if I spilled this damn thing on the floor, it would take me 3 hours to pick that shit up. The tiny little, some of them tiny little pills.
Well, that's better than horse pills.
Well, I got one horse pill.
You got a tampon stick to get it down?
Yeah. Hate that son, bitch. And I should have learned that that's not the first thing you do in the morning. It's fix yourself a cup of coffee. Don't even take a sip out of it. Grab a big old handful of them pills with that big ass horse pill in the middle. Throw them in your mouth and try to swallow it. And that sucker turns sideways in your throat when you first swallow a coffee because your throat's all dry. And you just like, oh shit. I can't breathe. Pills aren't going down.
Either that or it'll make you puke.
Yeah. Yeah. Alexander, fully understand. I've got a lot of background things going on. I don't bother people with. I don't bother my friends out here in the YouTube world with. But and that's why I come on my streams. I try to be uplifting, happy. Let's have a good time together because daily life is a bummer to start with, you know. Hey, Mike, you have a good night. Don't cut yourself anymore, bud.
Take care, Mike. I'm sorry. Hope you feel better soon.
Yep, took my pills. Now I'm coughing. What the hell?
He needs a Kotex.
Kotex? What the fuck is a Kotex?
A female pad.
Oh,
she says, oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
Kotex. Okay, I didn't know
that's
that.
the Kotex, not the tampon.
Right. You don't want to stick a tampon
I don't
in there.
use that shit anymore because they put something in there that female will get more, like, what do you call it, cancer with it if they use the tampons, especially over here. I'm not using that shit anymore. You can put it to, like, I don't know what you can use them for.
Yeah,
for nosebleed.
When I was younger, I didn't know what I was using to, you know. I had a friend and her mother had like a toilet cabin there, and I saw those things there. And I always had fun to, like, I was pulling them out.
Oh, jeez.
Pulling them apart. I don't know how many I was pulling apart, but it was a lot. So every time I was there, she never said anything to me. Never.
that makes me think of this kid when I was growing up. I seen him out in his backyard with his little brother, and I went over there and I go, "What are you guys doing?" He goes, "I found a bunch of party poppers. You know, where you pull them and shoots all of the ribbons out. You know, party poppers."
Yeah.
And I go, "What do you mean you found a bunch?" He goes, "Look, I got a box full of them." And he pulls this tampon out and he tears it open. He goes, "See, you just hold it. You pull this string." And he pulls that string. And of course, it pulls it backwards out of the tube. He goes, "Well, that ain't worth a shit." I said, I'm laughing because I already knew what those were. And I thought, you little moron. Party popper. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. You know what we used to call them when I was a kid? Vampire tea bags.
Teabag?
Tea bags, yeah. Vampire tea bags. My sister hated it when I'd say that. Oh my gosh. I went in the bathroom and then one of them vampire tea bags was sitting in the cup. Steeping. Oh, you little bastard, Sty, I'm gonna slap you up. Yeah, I heard that quite often for a while. Aren't I terrible? Aren't I terrible? Yeah, Alexander, if maybe during the sometime during middle of the week or so, yeah, I've got the next couple of days. Today was a bitch. I had 27 pages of paperwork with about 40 frickin' questions front and back on each page that I had to do. It took me hours to get it done. And I've got some internal, I could say, YouTube issues and income issues and my rental issues. I'm glad I buzzed my head because I'd be ripping my hair out right now. And I look forward to my streams because it takes me away from that shit, the daily shit of life, You get on a YouTube stream with people that you care about, and it goes a long ways. I'm just taking a look.
There you go, Gavani. Godnatt. You say in Norwegian, you said it? Godnatt. It's
Good
almost like English. Good night. Godnatt.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
Godnatt. Yeah.
Yep. Good night. Supposed to work tomorrow and Tuesday, but too much on the line and can't sleep. Today was shit for me too. Oh yeah. I got another day tomorrow to look forward like that. And tomorrow night's only the 1 hour show. But I'm thinking by the time that show is over, I'm going to call it an early night again. I did last night. Believe it or not, I found out because a couple of my friends found out I wasn't available. Literally minutes after I said, I'm calling it a night, guys. And I did. I shut everything the hell down. And I had to. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta be disciplined enough to say, hey, I gotta take care of myself so that I can take care of myself,
I've been doing that a lot lately, watching you guys while I laid in the bed.
There you go.
It's too cold outside and I'm tired.
Yeah, I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to. So I can do it differently. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. Sometimes you gotta. But so I think we're gonna wrap it up for the night, folks. And to any gals out there, grab something quick off the platter while we head the heck out of here.
Do you want to raid Travis?
Yes, we could if you want to.
Yeah, I can find him because somebody
Find
said
him and throw the link up there, and we won't shut it down until you've gotten that link up there, and you guys can jump over there to Travis and say Sty Raid, The 5:30 a.m. to work.
Travis. Point there.
Yeah, you take it very easy, Alexander.
There's the link, and it's Sty Raid.
Hey, thanks, you guys. There it is. There's the link. Love y'all. You'll all take good care of yourselves. If you're available 5 p.m. tomorrow night for Sty Times, love to see you there. Until then, bye, folks. Good night, Granny and Ann.